whatever was going on, they felt they had to go get someone. It's usually what? Someone contrary to the guy that they just fired. Um, so they go out and get this new coach. What is his first thing? His first thing is to change everything in the locker room. Take away the old and replace it with the new. Coach Harbaugh came in first day. He took everybody's locker, and it was like he put them in the bag, shook them up, and then threw them out on the floor and said, "This is who you. This is now your locker neighbor." It wasn't really like that, but his thing was, okay, it didn't work. It wasn't working the way it was. Now I'm going to do it another way. You're going to get to know the guy that you really never talked to. You're going to get to know him. Why? Because we all got to we all got to be connected. This is a chain. We all got to be connected. So you should know something about the person that that's your locker mate. And it was a change. I don't know how much it helped or hurt, but I know we were a better team. But there were other things within, what he was doing. He changed training camp a little bit. As far as fun in the locker room, he didn't really, besides the moving the locker rooms around, he didn't really touch that because he expected us as veterans to police the locker room. And we did it. There were times where we will be playing cornhole. And if it seemed like, hey, guys are losing focus, then we will have a meeting about that as a team. And we would remove it. That's what we did in our locker rooms. Jeff Fisher did things like that. Once he saw that maybe we were losing a little bit focus, you come in and you change things up a little bit just to get everybody focusing on the right things. Because sometimes in a long season, you can wander somewhat. And the coaches there or leaders are there to make sure you don't and keep everything aligned. So I'm not disagreeing with it. I mean, some work, some don't,
Here's the most important question. Does removing seed oils count as fun removal?
I don't know the fun level of seed oils.
It all depends.
I've never really tried to calculate that.
Some people like PB&J sandwiches, the true ones.
We tried those terrible seed oilless Uncrustables.
Well, that did take a little
knockoffs.
of your fun out of that. You were less fun the day you had to eat one of those.
By the way,
I think those things they have their place.
Yeah.
Right. If you're spending that much time with the same group of people in the same place, and as long as it doesn't interfere with what you're doing, I think there's a place for that stuff, whether it be a ping pong table, video game console, whatever it might be. And I would prefer it not to be video games. That's just me, but I know the video games people can bond over that. It's about the bond.
Yes.
But it's got to be done at the right time, right place. You need the good leaders to say, okay, look, we're too into this. This isn't the time for it. Like most good teams know.
Yeah.
But it could also build really good teams. It's part of team building to have that stuff. By the way, if they're getting rid of that, is there a website they put that stuff on if we want a good deal on a nice ping pong table?
That's a good question.
Secondhand?
And as fate would have it, Paganetti, within the past 30 minutes, has broken down the items removed. Ping pong / table tennis, 12 instances of being removed. Ping pong / table tennis, 5 instances of basketball hoops / Pop-A-Shot, 4 of video games / consoles, 4 of dominoes, 2 of pool tables / billiards, 2 of shuffleboard, 2 of cornhole, 2 of cards / card tables, 2 of TVs, and 2 of music / stereos.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Stereos. Oh, man.
I mean, guys will have, their little boom box, I guess.
Now, did you have teams where you were only supposed to play music on your headset just to avoid the, hey, who's got this music on? This is terrible. Because it's hard to win over a whole locker room.
Yeah, no, I mean, just be respectful with your music. That's all. Don't play it too loud. Because some guy, it's like, it's a big locker room and you think we hear, like everybody hears everything. But no, because it's almost like you got your 4 corners. And typically, if you're playing music on the other side of the locker room, depending on how big the locker rooms are, usually big. If you're blasting it, yes, everybody's going to hear it. But if you have it up to where you can hear it, typically I can't hear it on the other side. So just be respectful. And some guys do walk around with headphones on.
I've seen coaches say headphones only. I just want to not have it be a thing, because I don't know if you've ever seen this, but I have seen locker rooms where 1 or 2 guys try to dominate. They bring their music. They play it loud. They really don't care about the group. They're just, and then somebody's got to go and say, dude, we've heard your music for like 2 straight weeks. Not everybody likes this. Can we shake it up? Like, you need somebody to bring everybody together.
That's why everybody gets to bring their own little radio. If they want to have a radio in their locker, some guys, a lot of times you really don't hear the music unless we're getting ready to go out for practice, which is okay, cool. Or when we come back in from practice, you hear music blaring, and guys don't mind because we're decompressing in a sense, or when you're going out is I got to get hype. I got to get in the zone.
Yeah.
So typically guys don't, again, as long as it's respectful, you're not blasting
and bring everybody in, try to bring the group in. And the bigger the group, the harder it is to probably get everybody involved. That's why you have to say, like, all right, D-line, you got it today. Like we do here on DVD. So certain groups have the music for a different day, probably.
But you would be amazed at how many guys, they bring their radio or something in the locker room. I don't know how it is now, but I'm sure it's sort of identical. Where they're aware of their locker room, like everybody in their locker room. So they try to play music, they'll play their music, but then they'll throw some songs in there for like,
okay.
Like
they're trying to pull people in.
Exactly.
That's what you want.
They just don't, hey man, I'm not playing your music at all. At least the locker rooms I've been in. I don't know how it is in other locker rooms.
One texter says, card tables, I'm sorry, are NFL offensive linemen unwinding with a relaxing game of gin rummy?
They usually, I'm telling you, they usually play in between. It's either you don't play cards right before we're going out because there's too much going on. During lunch, card playing during lunch, or after we come out, we've finished with our meetings. And sometimes certain guys don't have meetings because they had all theirs during the morning. They would be sitting at the table playing cards because it's like, okay, again, I'm decompressing. I've taken care of all of my obligations. I'm going to decompress for a minute because they know when they go home, they got to look at the playbook again and they got to, be around the family and do stuff like that. So
615-737-1025. I am wondering if seed oils will make this list a year from now. Robert Saleh gets rid of all of the seed oils, which I think are fun because they're tasty, and the Titans improve. So I think we should consider seed oils as part of this, depending on how the season goes. 615-737-1025. Coming up next, really excited about this, Aaron Schatz of FTN Fantasy. If you've ever read a story about football that includes DVOA, well, guess what? Aaron Schatz created DVOA. He is a founding father of football analytics, and we will talk to him about the Tennessee Titans coming up next. 615-737-1025. Willy Donick, Derek Mason, Adam Vingan, 1025 The Game.
In case you missed Robbie and Rex Road.
What if they're like 7-5 this year, but they've got a really nice recruiting class come in? How does that matter?
I'll go back to what I've said before. 7-5. Tell me what we are saying about the quarterback of the Tennessee Vols in 2027. If we're saying, man, 7-5, that defense stunk, but boy, have they got their guy. And next year, building around him with that recruiting class, okay.
Wake up with Robbie and Rex Road. Weekday mornings at 6. Your sports live here on 102.5 The Game.
ElectronicExpress.com. We've got that.
If you ever thought that'll never happen to me, I used to think the same thing. I'm Derek Mason, and then that winter storm left my family without power for an entire week. 7 days of scrambling for hotel rooms, checking on my house, and wishing I'd done something sooner. I wasn't going to let that happen again, so I called Tri-State Water, Power, and Air for a Kohler generator. From the very beginning, they made the process simple. They came to my home, performed a free on-site assessment, helped me choose the right Kohler generator for my family's needs, handled the professional installation, and they continue to service it long after the install. Now, when severe weather rolls through Middle Tennessee, I have confidence knowing my family can stay safe, comfortable, and powered up. Don't wait until the next outage to wish you'd been prepared. Call Tri-State Water, Power, and Air today. Schedule your free on-site assessment and let them help you find the right Kohler generator for your home. Visit tristatewhywait.com.
Hey guys, Big Joe here. Let me tell you about my friends over at Goodwood Nashville. Goodwood Nashville is your one and only stop for all you DIYers and our great construction friends. Goodwood Nashville has become so in demand and popular that they had to move to a brand new 15,000 square foot building at 219 Lafayette. They have the best in hardwood lumber, such as walnut, white oak, and maple. Also reclaimed beams and mantles. You name it, they got it. The website, goodwoodnashville.com. Goodwoodnashville.com. You are going to love it.
Want to know about a place where European Auto Repairs doesn't feel like a European auto repair? The moment you walk into Eurofix, you'll notice Eurofix is not your typical greasy garage. Waiting rooms, they're clean, comfortable, inviting. Service areas, spotless. Why? Because Eurofix cares about everything, from how you are treated to how your vehicle is treated. Hello, it's Derek Mason to tell you that every repair comes with a rock-solid 3-year, 36,000-mile nationwide warranty on all repairs Eurofix performs, and repairs at below dealer pricing. You don't have to put up with dealer prices or get ghosted when you're waiting on a call back. Eurofix fixes everything European. Plus a rent-a-car available with every appointment. Locations in Nashville, Franklin, Belmead, Murfreesboro, and Mount Juliet. Call 844-Eurofix or visit online at myeurofix.com. That's 844-Eurofix or myeurofix.com.
Looking to invest money for a child or grandchild? Give your grandchild the gift of education with a 529 plan. Start saving now with Patrick Conger at LPL Financial Nashville. Securities offered through LPL Financial. Member FINRA SIPC.
Live on the Game Nashville Sports Network.
Good afternoon. I'm Connor Newt with your Game Center update. The Nashville Predators have announced their full 84-game schedule for the upcoming 2026-2027 NHL season. As announced yesterday, they will open at home Thursday, October 1st against the Minnesota Wild, then follow it up Saturday night in Smashville against Dallas in Bridgestone Arena Saturday, October 3rd. To wrap things up in the 84-game season, 7 of the Predators' last 10 games will be played at Bridgestone Arena against Boston, the New York Rangers, Buffalo, Chicago, Calgary, Seattle, and Dallas. At long last, we have a World Cup final matchup as Leo Messi and the Argentinians take down England yesterday after bouncing back from a 2-goal deficit to win 3-2. They advance to the final to take on Barcelona superstar Lamine Yamal and Spain. The game will be played Sunday at 3 p.m. in MetLife Stadium in New York, New Jersey, as Argentina looks to capture their back-to-back World Cup title. Spain has not won the World Cup since 2010 and are looking to secure their second title overall. In Major League Baseball, the Cincinnati Reds and former Tennessee Volunteer and Wake Forest Demon Deacon pitcher Chase Burns have reached an agreement on a 7-year, $105 million contract extension. The 23-year-old in his first full season with the Reds is 11-1 with a 2.54 ERA and 118 strikeouts in 102 2/3 innings. The deal has no club options and runs through 2033. It is also the largest deal ever for a pitcher who has yet to reach arbitration and the third biggest contract in Reds history, behind Joey Votto and Ken Griffey Jr. For the Game Nashville Sports Network, I'm Connor Newt.
For more, log on to thegamenashville.com. Your sports live here on the Game Nashville Sports Network. Live from the Busy Bee Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Game Nashville Studios.
Turns, gives the puck off right side, and that one is in the net.
WPRT FM Pegram, WBUZ HD2 Laverne. Smashville lives here. We are the Game Nashville Sports Network on ESPN 1025. The Game.
A Cromwell media station.
They're ready to cover it all with you on the drive home.
You guys are going to get me in trouble.
Oh, Lord.
No, you're already in trouble.
Former Titans wide receiver and Tennessee Sports Hall of Famer Derek Mason.
That is a clear indictment of what people think of your team.
Predators TV voice Willy Donnick.
There it is! 600 goals!
And reporter Adam Vingen R.
And I'm a nerd, and I look at the numbers.
DMase, Vingen, and Donnick. DVD.
Not doing it. Not giving it.
Why not?
You're the SEC snob. That's why.
Your sports live here. We are the Game Nashville Sports Network. This is 1025 The Game.
DMase, Vingen, and Donnick, 1025 The Game. Willy Donnick, Derek Mason, Adam Vingen, and Connor Newt here with you. Very excited to welcome in our next guest. one of the founding fathers of football analytics, Aaron Schatz of FTN Fantasy. The 2026 FTN Football Almanac is now available at ftnfantasy.com. And Aaron, I did share your note with Derek that you called him one of the all-time most underrated players in NFL history. And I have to tell you, he's got a major pep in his step today after hearing that.
Absolutely.
Good, man. Deserves it. Was a great player. I don't remember when. I wrote something from ESPN about underrated players at one point, and I had you either on the top or near the top. It was like 10 or 11 years ago. But, yeah, man, you had a great career.
Hey, man, listen, I take my flowers while I'm alive. Thank you.
So, Aaron, I think you would be well equipped to answer this question. We had a caller yesterday ask us if Cam Ward had the worst supporting cast of any number one overall pick quarterback in recent NFL memory. I know you attempted to tackle this question for ESPN a couple of years ago. As we were debating the question, the first player who immediately came to mind was David Carr with the expansion Houston Texans. But based on your analysis, when you're evaluating Cam Ward's supporting cast, was it as bad as it appeared to be for Ward last season?
Not based on what we knew going into the season, right? Like once you played the season, you were like, oh, Ridley's not himself and Lockett doesn't seem to have it anymore. And I don't know what Jefferson's got left, right? You were like, oh, none of this is working out. But based on what you knew going into the season, he actually had one of the better supporting casts of a number one overall pick. Compare what he had to like what Drew Bledsoe had in 1993. His number one receiver was Michael Timpson, who was coming off of 315 yards, and then he had two rookies. Whereas going into the year last year, Ward had Ridley coming off a 1,000-yard season, and then you thought they would get more out of Lockett and Jefferson, right? It ended up being that the 2 and 3 receivers were Ayomanor and DK, but you didn't think that. And, Okonkwo gave him a good tight end, and Pollard gave him a good running back. So it's nowhere near in the David Carr area of really terrible supporting casts.
Aaron, I know a lot of Titans fans are hoping that with the arrival of Robert Saleh, he can help the Titans defense improve dramatically as they try to get things back on the right track. Based on your analytical evaluation of the Titans defense this past season, the additions they've made since the end of last season, and Saleh's history as a defensive coordinator, what would be a reasonable expectation for improvement for the Titans defense? Do you think that Saleh and the new players, Jeffrey Simmons, of course, back as well, can bring this unit up to at least league average, or is that asking too much year over year?
No, actually, our projection for them is to be league average. Yeah, we think that they can absolutely bring it up to league average. Saleh, does have a good track record, but more importantly, just the amount of stuff that they added, having Simmons back healthy, adding, it's interesting. Draft picks on defense have a more predictable effect on your team than offense, right? Offense, you never know if guys are going to click right away. Defense, they tend to help right away. So the fact that they've got the first round edge rusher and the second round linebacker, these are good things. The free agents that they added. So, yeah, we have the Titans defense definitely improving.
We'll talk with Aaron Schatz of FTN Fantasy Football. And if you want to check out a good read, and if you love analytics, go check out the Almanac because it is filled with all of that. Now, Aaron, after reading bits and pieces of it, I saw on there that you had from 2011, 2025, a list of the top 5 quarterbacks in a DVOA. The way we talked about Cam this season, it would have made it seem like Cam had the worst of any quarterback out there within the last 10 years, but it's not that way. But what did you see based upon those numbers the next following year for those quarterbacks? Did they get better or did they get worse? Because a lot of times we're looking at Cam and we're looking at the numbers and the analytics and everything seems to match up. So we're wondering, how will he be the next following season?
I mean, they almost always get better.
Mm-hmm.
Not always, but rookie seasons are rookie seasons. Now, look, I mean, you didn't bring in an offensive genius. So you're not going to – Gable is good, but I don't think you're going to see what happened with Jared Goff with the Rams. It was like the worst quarterback for a top 5 pick of the last 15 years. And you don't know. He could be bad. He could be Zach Wilson or something. But we don't think he is. We think he's better than that. But how much? That's the problem. Is he'll improve. But if he only improves a little bit, that's not enough for them to be a playoff contender. The projections generally don't think that the Titans are going to be playoff contenders. But you can tell a story where they are, right? Some teams that project to be bad, it's really hard to imagine how that changes, like the Dolphins, right? Whereas with the Titans, new coaching staff plus number 1 overall pick quarterback in his second year, it's not likely that it gets much better, but it's possible that it gets much better.
Now, you mentioned Jared Goff and him going from, having one of the worst, if not the worst, DVOA to him getting better the next following year. We know coaches change. How much of having Dabo now as his OC, meaning Cam Ward, how much do you think that will help Cam Ward in the DVOA department?
I mean, I think it's better. Callahan's offense was like really bad in the first half of last year. It just was really bad. Like it's hard to imagine it's going to be that bad again. Now it's hard to predict what coaches are going to do in new situations because you've only seen them in one or two situations. We've seen Dable run the Giants offense and we've seen him run the Bills offense. Those were two very different offenses as far as their quality. So it's hard to say how much he brings. But the situation was so bad last year that it's hard to imagine it's not going to be better.
We're talking to Aaron Schatz, FTN Fantasy Almanac, and it is out. We are yearly subscribers to this. We're checking it out right now. Aaron, one of the things that you guys noted, and it's something that Titans fans will be watching, is the acquisition of Wan'Dale Robinson. And he has kind of a dubious award from you guys because if you look at the catches and the yards, at first glance, it looks okay on the surface, but there needs to be some improvement in the area of success rate. Can you explain that to our listeners there, what you're looking for?
Yeah, with the Giants, he was the champion of what we call failed completions, which is completions that don't result in a successful play. 45% of how many yards you need on first down, 60% on second down, 100% on third or fourth down. He had a lot of these 3-yard catches on 2nd and 8 kind of thing that really didn't do much to move the sticks. So I understand he's the short possession guy, but he's got to get a little bit more downfield than he did with the Giants. So
do you think there's any way that they could use him? They describe, one of your writers describes in the essay, the visual of the quick throw, he catches it and is immediately tackled for a 2-yard gain, which is better than a 2-yard loss or an incompletion. But like you said, it's not getting in the big picture where you need. So what adjustments can they make how could they get more out of him?
I mean, some of it is, he's got to get open better, but some of it is scheming. The hope is obviously Tate and Ridley, stretch the field a little bit more so that the defenders can't all just hang out underneath and wait. I mean, with the Giants, he was their number 1 receiver. So like everybody could just hang out at 3 yards and wait for him to catch a short pass. Hopefully with the Titans that is not the case.
One of the things you guys have chronicled over the years is the running back usage and how it's evolved. You don't have that bell cow anymore, and history shows if you work a guy too hard, he falls off the cliff. It's interesting that Derrick Henry has avoided the fate of a lot of guys after, even though he did get hurt, but now he continues to be really good. It was interesting that you guys pointed out over the last 4 years, the only 2 running backs who have had over 1,000 yards in each of the 4 seasons are Derrick Henry and his replacement, Tony Pollard. What do you think can you expect out of Tony Pollard at this stage of his career?
Probably something similar, I would think. I mean, he's shown a really good ability to stay healthy. Now, I don't know, you can't do anything about the sudden crazy injuries. You break a leg or something. But when it comes to the nagging stuff, he's shown a really good ability to stay healthy. And, one of the best abilities is availability. So that is what he gives you. He's not anyone's idea of a running back who really moves the needle, but he's also not bad. And so having him healthy and available is a good thing.
Quickly, I want to ask you, Aaron, about the DVOA. Now, our listeners they hear this and they hear the term, but they don't know the actual definition of it, because if they look at your almanac, they see the Titans offense was negative 18, but they see their defense was just 13. So why is a negative, for offense bad, but a positive for defense bad, being good?
Because it means less efficiency and less scoring. So on defense, the goal is to stop the offense, right? So less scoring. And on offense, the goal is more scoring. So on offense, you want a positive number. And on defense, you want a negative number. But what we do throughout the book and in my writing online as well is I try to always give ranks. Because if I tell you that they were minus 18, you don't know what that means. But if I tell you they were 29th, you know what that means. So I like to give things in terms of ranks of 1 to 32, because 29th is bad, 3rd is good, etc.
Aaron, last year, one of the things that we tried to factor in as we evaluated Cam Ward especially is that they played, especially for a team that got the number 1 pick to get Cam Ward, they played a relatively difficult schedule as things fell. They played the NFC West, so they played the Seahawks and the Rams and the 49ers, and they faced a lot of tough defenses. How do you guys try to project strength of schedule?
Yeah, we try to project strength of schedule by looking at our projections, which account for personnel changes. So you hear a lot that projecting strength of schedule based on last year is sort of useless. And that is kind of true, but you don't want to project based on last year. You want to project based on what you think will happen this year. And it's not perfect. Last year it wasn't very good, but a lot of years it is fairly accurate to project schedule strength. And we do have the Titans with a very average schedule this year, as opposed to the really hard schedule that they had last year.
And with that said, the division you play in is important. You guys really like the Houston Texans, I noticed. Tell us why you think the Texans are not just good, but you think they could be really good.
Yeah, believe it or not, C.J. Stroud was 11th in passing DVOA during the regular season. I know we all remember those playoff games, and they were terrible. I mean, there's no way around it. But you learn more from an entire season than you do from 2 playoff games, and he was a good quarterback. He was a good quarterback behind a bad offensive line with no running game to speak of. Now he should have a better offensive line and a better running back, right, which gives them more balance, which frees things up for him a little bit. I think that they could definitely be an above-average offense. And when you combine that with the defense that they have, that's the best team in the AFC.
Aaron, before we let you go, as you obviously know, it's seemingly every year an NFL team goes from worst to first in its division. The Titans, of course, are trying to do that again. When you look at the other teams around the NFL who are trying to do the same thing, the Jets, the Browns, the Raiders, the Giants, the Lions, the Saints, the Cardinals, I assume your analytics would say that the Lions probably have the best shot of going to from worst to first, just because of the general strength of that team. But what other teams that finished last in their division next year do you think have a really good chance of turning things around?
I mean, I don't think other than the Lions that any of them have a really good chance. But like I said, you have the story you can tell. The best recipe for a team to make a massive improvement is a new coaching staff and a young quarterback who can get better. Or be awesome in his rookie year in the case of Fernando Mendoza. So you can't tell that story about the Jets. You can't tell that story about the Browns. You can about the Giants. You can about the Titans. You can about the Saints. It's possible for those teams to make the leap. It's just not likely, as opposed to the Lions, who were honestly a very good team last year and finished last at 9-8 because of tiebreakers, right? So they're obviously by far the favorite to go from worst to first.
Aaron Schatz of FTN Fantasy has been our guest on DMase, Vingan, and Donick. You can find the 2026 FTN Football Almanac now at ftnfantasy.com. Aaron, thank you so much for your time. We'll have to do this again soon.
Print version also on Amazon, so check it out.
Right.
Thank you.
615-737-1025. We'll react to what Aaron had to say. You can as well. 615-737-1025. Willy Donick, Derek Mason, Adam Vingan, 1025 The Game.
Catch Catch every crack of the bat and amazing plays of Major League Baseball.
The lefty, 1-2, ripped to right field. That's a base hit.
On the Game Nashville Sports Network.
This ball carrying into the night and into the seats.
America's favorite pastime is in full swing, and we've got you covered.
2-0 pitch is a laser through the left side.
It's brought to you by Circus Sports Kentucky.
Swing and a miss, struck him out.
Major League Baseball lives here.
How do you like that?
Your sports live here on the Game Nashville Sports Network.
Hey, this is Derek Mason, and you heard me tell you about Dr. Lodge and his staff over at Cool Springs MD for some time. If you set out to lose weight, chances are it's not your first time setting a resolution to shed some extra pounds only to face disappointment. But I got some good news, because at Cool Springs MD, Dr. Lodge and his team understands the frustration of this cycle, and that is why they offer a different approach to weight loss. Their comprehensive weight loss program is led by Dr. Jeffrey Lodge and addresses the root cause of weight gain with tailored nutrition, exercise, blood test supplements, and more. They will customize a program specific to you and you only. So connect with Dr. Lodge at CoolSpringsMD.com today to schedule your appointment for a personalized weight loss plan just for you. That's Cool Springs MD, where your weight loss journey becomes a success story.
Hi, I'm Dan Watkins, owner of All Four Seasons Garage Doors. Your garage door is the biggest moving part of your home and the most overlooked until it breaks. Then suddenly, it's the most important thing. Whether it's stuck closed, making awful grinding noises, or it's a real eyesore, we offer same-day service, emergency repairs, and full garage door and opener replacements. With honest pricing, no gimmicks, and experienced technicians who know exactly what they're doing. From worn-out springs, noisy rollers, to a beautiful custom install. We've seen it all and fixed it all for 26 years. Want a quieter, more reliable garage door or opener? We've got you covered. Need to boost your home's curb appeal? Choose from hundreds of stylish, durable, energy-efficient garage doors. Doors that fit your budget and enhance the beauty of your home. Find out why thousands of Middle Tennessee homeowners have chosen All Four Seasons, a family-owned business you can trust. Call us today to get started.
They call this one Bill.
Whoa, aliens? Am I in a spaceship?
Affirmative, Bill.
Well, what's with the laser saw?
Relax. We are cutting our bill in half.
What?
An Xfinity mobile transmission says you can cut your bill in half.
Oh, your mobile bill, not me, Bill.
Ah. Xfinity Mobile also says we can try it free for a year. Free.
Yes, with no commitment. Can we put the saw away?
I am reluctant. But we will find another being to bisect.
That's not sci-fi. It's Xfinity Mobile. Xfinity Internet members cut your mobile bill in half. Plus, try Xfinity Mobile free for a year. No commitment. Learn more at xfinitymobile.com. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Xfinity Internet required. Savings compares one line of Xfinity Mobile Select to comparable plans from T-Mobile, Verizon, and AT&T as of 3/24/26. Taxes, fees, extra. $30 monthly discount limited to new mobile customers only. After 12 months, regular rates apply.
Acura's all-new ADX, a compact SUV that isn't just built for one thing, it's precision crafted for everything. To escape the grind with available all-wheel drive. To go with your flow with available Google built-in.
Hey Google, turn it up.
Okay, turning up the volume. And crafted to be heard with an available Bang & Olufsen premium sound system. The all-new Acura ADX, crafted to match your energy. Acura, precision crafted performance.
Take your vibes on go.
Google is a trademark of Google LLC.
Experience the thrill at Gary Force Acura, proud sponsor of the Nashville Predators. GaryForceAcura.com.
No one wants to deal with a plumbing, electrical, or HVAC emergency. It's even worse when you're not sure what it'll cost, when it'll get fixed, or if someone's just selling you something. When you call Hiller, you can trust our experts to actually solve your home's problems quickly. And with true transparency pricing, you know the price you're told is the price you'll actually pay. Book online now at happyhiller.com. Happy you'll be, or the service is free.
Call the Happy Face Truck today.
This is DMase, Vingan and Donick, DVD. Your sports live here on 102.5 The Game and the Game Nashville Sports Network.
DMase, Vingan and Donick, 102.5 The Game. Willy, Donick, Derek Mason, Adam Vingan here with you. A big thank you to Aaron Schatz of FTN Fantasy for joining the program. A lot of information there. I mean, that kind of stuff is music to my ears. Willy's as well, because we're big old nerds. So Aaron Schatz developed a statistic for football that is used by basically every person who writes about football from an analytical perspective. It's called DVOA. And the ultra short version of explaining DVOA is this. It measures a team's efficiency by comparing success on every single play to a league average based on situation and opponent. And you can look at it offensively, you can look at it defensively, you can look at it on special teams as well. We had Bill Barnwell of ESPN.com on the program yesterday. He is a disciple of Aaron Schatz. They both worked at what was called Football Outsiders at one point, Willy, if memory serves.
That's correct.
So Aaron Schatz, he knows what he's talking about. A lot to digest there. A couple of things that stand out. First, he is very bullish on the Houston Texans. And Derek, you made a good point during the break that we had this conversation a few weeks ago. We played a fun game talking about, would you rather take Cam Ward and the potential or this quarterback right now? And we asked about CJ Stroud, and CJ Stroud was coming off of a horrendous postseason for the Texans. So many turnovers. So I think the public perception of Stroud and the Texans is, I don't know if the Texans should commit to Stroud. I don't know if they're that good. But Willie, Aaron was quite high on the Houston Texans.
He loves their defense. And we've had a couple of shows where we have asked the question, because this has been one of the offseason league topics, is are we going into a cycle where you can win with a good quarterback and a really, really good defense? And I think that's what he's seeing. This looks like, these last couple of years, you can win big if you have a great defense and just a good offense. And he thinks CJ Stroud is more than just good. He thinks he's not the problem. This is Aaron Schatz's take on it based on what he just told us. But they have a tremendous defense, right? They can really go get them. The Titans scored 6 points in 2 games against them last year. I mean, they really struggled to get anything done offensively against them. So they can win on a given week, the Texans can, without lighting the scoreboard up. But if they can just make modest improvements and show, like we talked about, Derek, on Friday, you don't have to be great every week, but you have to be capable of great games at key times. And Stroud certainly has the talent to do that. So I can see it. Best team in the AFC, boy, you'd probably get a lot of pushback there, but it may not be crazy.
No, it may not be, because we're looking at, we all, to a certain extent, have recency bias. And we look at CJ Stroud, and we saw a horrible postseason. So in our mind, it was he didn't develop during the season. Well, Aaron, the analytics and the DVOA showed that, yes, he was developing during the season. Yes, he was a really good quarterback during the season. It was just in the postseason that everything seemed to fall apart. Now, they had their own issues with the offensive line and injuries and everything else. But based on his numbers tracking the season, he was a good quarterback in this league. And I wonder if that's the same thing with Cam, but sort of in the reverse from this standpoint, because the first 7-8 games were ugly. Everything was ugly. Cam said it was ass. Everything. I would have chose that he used another word, but either way,
it was ass.
Yes. But we look at that, and because of how bad it was, it overshadowed anything that he did in the second half of the season. People were just waiting for the season to be over. So where you wasn't looking at it through the lens of how is he developing through all of this mess that's going on? And I saw, and the numbers do bear it, that, but it's not like he went from worst to first, but he got better in the second half. Those things that he was doing in the first half of the season, he wasn't doing necessarily in the second half. So when I look at Cam's DVOA, I think that this is a quarterback that showed over the course of the season. And that's why I asked him the question about the top 5 quarterbacks in the last 15 years. How did they do subsequently the next season? We look at Bryce Young. He was horrid his first season. Changed coaches. He got better, led his team to a playoff. Now, was it solely because of him? No, but he made plays when he needed to make them. I wonder if that's what we're going to see from Cam moving forward. New coordinator, new head coach, systems new, add some better players. Will he go from being almost the worst when it comes to DVOA to the best? No. But if you see developing in there, that's all you want.
So to that point that Derek just made, Willie, in the Titans section of the Almanac, worst rookie passing DVOA by a top 5 pick between 2011 and 2025. Cam Ward, 5th on the list. Jared Goff in 2016, number 1 with the Rams.
Meaning the worst.
Yes. Number 1 is the worst.
Number 1 in a bad way.
Yes. Blake Bortles with the Jaguars in 2014, number 2. Bryce Young with the Panthers in 2023, number 3. And then Zach Wilson with the Jets in 2021, number 4. Cam Ward comes in at number 5 in terms of the 5th worst passing DVOA by a rookie top 5 pick between 2011 and 2025.
And they went back to 2011.
So they can include Marcus Mariota. It even says that in the write-up.
And Marcus Mariota was better than Cam Ward his rookie year, but no great shakes. But the point was, usually rookie quarterbacks struggle.
Yes.
Especially top 5 when you're in theory, most of the time you're coming onto a roster that's not very good to start with. So it's a lot of the things. One of the things I thought was great about the whole breakdown of the Titans is a lot of the numbers that they share fall right in line with other analytic sites of specific things. A, not getting the ball out quickly, not getting the ball out on time, not taking the easy passes that should be high percentage throws that get you modest but important gains. He did not do well on those. He had a lot of passes that basically they grade as no chance of being caught, basically throwaways. So a lot of the things that the eye test would tell you and other sites have shown, PDF has that, or I'm sorry, FTN falls in line with that. So I think specifically where he's got to get better and the offense needs to get better. So now we'll see if Daboll and his crew can make improvements.
The other thing, too, that he mentioned, Darren Schatz, that is, during our conversation, and it's also in the write-up about the Titans in the Almanac, FTN Fantasy isn't as high on Brian Daboll as I think a lot of Titans fans want to be. Here is part of their explanation. Quote, Ward as a prospect is miles above most of the players Daboll has gotten to work with before. You would expect Ward to eventually have better than baseline seasons once Daboll gets a chance to work with him for a while. But if you're going to bring with you that quote-unquote offensive guru label, it would be nice if you had some results you could point to without MVP caliber play from your quarterback. Something where your play calling or your system elevated the results beyond the sum of the talent on the field. Daboll has never pulled that off, and that's a significant part of the reason he chose Tennessee over some of the other opportunities he had.
You don't think, and listen, I'm not going to argue with the numbers, but you don't think that was the case in New York?
With Daniel Jones?
Yeah, it wasn't. Daniel Jones, he wasn't the best of quarterbacks at all. And it wasn't like he was littered with talent. Yes, they had Saquon Barkley. That's when Daniel Jones had his best season as a Giant. But it's not like, he went in there and didn't do anything.
Well, according to FTN Fantasy, Daboll has only had 3 seasons out of 12 with an above average offense, 2 with Josh Allen, and then just barely in 2022 with the first Daniel Jones renaissance.
But I would
That's
okay. What was those DVOAs of those quarterbacks? That's what I would want to know too, because is it the coach that is contributing to the DVOA, or is it the quarterback that is doing it? Because
it is hard to quantify the impact of coaching. Exactly. I think that's a point he made with us. It's hard to quantify the impact of coaching. I heard friend of the show Nick Suss say this recently, and Derek, you tell me if you agree. Suss said, if you are not one of the top 5 coaches or one of the bottom 5 coaches in the NFL, your impact on Sunday is, I don't want to say I don't want to put words in his mouth. I don't want to say negligible, but unless you're one of the best or one of the worst, your impact on Sunday is not significant.
I would say that's not true. Because again, when you're talking, just because we got a top 5, what about 6 through 10? Those are still playoff teams. Those are still teams that are winning ball games. So what happened to those coaches in the middle? And again, listen, you have some coaches. Every coach has a different title, so to speak. Some are offensive coordinators, some are defensive coordinators, some are there to be managers of the whole team. So a guy that is supposed to be a guru from offensively and he's your head coach, you would hope that what he does, help the team during the game more than anybody else outside of him. I mean, the other coaches. But that doesn't mean that Campbell from Detroit, he's neither a offensive genius nor a defensive genius, and he's not a special teams genius. But what he does every game helps them win. It's a big part of allowing it, putting the team in a position to win, whether you're a play caller or not. I don't want to minimize a coach's ability because, yes, when it comes down to the X's and O's, some coaches are better than others. But in those critical times when, we may have the right X or the right O, but we got to make sure this team is together. We got to make sure this team know down the distance. We got to make sure this team know how important it is. A head coach of any ilk, that's their job. That's what they're there to do, to motivate and make sure everything, they're a CEO, to make sure everything is one. Now, some are a little better than others, but I'm not going to sit here and say, even Brian Callahan, he helped at times, but he hurt more than those times that he helped. So his effect on the game wasn't as great in a sense of winning than maybe someone else's. But those coaches all affect the game in one way or the other.
Willie, I think the point FTN Fantasy is making on Brian Daboll is he's being propped up by the work he did with Josh Allen. If you take away his time with Josh Allen in Buffalo, his record, his analytics as an offensive coach aren't as robust as when you include Allen.
Especially when you compare it to the reputation he has, which is really good, quarterback friendly. And everybody from Trevor Maddich to TD when we bring him on and all the people that we talk to and you read about, Daboll has a really good reputation. But this was interesting because the numbers and the analysis, at least at the FTN side, it doesn't fall in line. Now, he hasn't always had loaded offenses. That's part of it, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. But at the same time, it was a little bit of a caution flag for me as far as, this guy may not be a complete wizard, and the assumption that he's just going to be a head coach next year, that was a popular line, right? Hey, they got Daboll, but they're going to lose him in a year. They better have another guy ready to go. I don't know. Let's see first.
One texter says, the point about coaches was that they don't make a major impact on the game. Their impact comes during the week in game planning and prep before the 60 minutes on the field.
I mean, however you want to.
I mean, look, you played.
I played it. So listen, you're right. A lot of that stuff is done before the week. That's just like with the players. A lot of our job is done before the game on Sunday. The game on Sunday is just a performance. Now, we didn't practice, so we've done all that, just like the coaches. But that doesn't mean because of all the stuff that we did during the week doesn't, there still aren't things that we have to do during the game that is going to allow us to be successful. Again, you may know football, but I'm just telling you because at least on the teams that I played on, let's just say that, at least on the teams that I've played on, each and every game, that coach meant a lot to what we were doing out there. A lot of it we probably didn't see, but that didn't diminish what he had to do. Why do you think coaches take so much of the responsibility for losses? Why do you think coaches get fired when they lose too many times? Because if you lose too many times, they're thinking what you doing on game day ain't affecting anything. You can have the best quarterback, but if you're not doing what you're supposed to do as a head coach, even on game day, you're going to lose.
615-737-1025. We'll take your thoughts on the Titans again. We highly recommend the FTN Fantasy Almanac, which you can now purchase online or a hard copy on Amazon. 615-737-1025. As we prepare for the NFL season, we're going to be referencing the Almanac quite a bit, and we appreciate Aaron Schatz coming on the program. 615-737-1025. Coming up next, we will keep it on a quarterback, a different local quarterback, and an interesting prediction about said quarterback. We'll get to it next. 615-737-1025. Willy Donick, Derek Mason, Adam Vingan, 1025 The Game.
Now, here's your latest Fox 17 Code Red weather report.
I'm Fox 17 meteorologist Brett Luna. More daily rounds of scattered showers and thunderstorms are possible through Sunday. A few of the storms on Saturday could be strong with damaging winds as the main threat. Heavy rain is also going to be possible with any of these storms. High temperatures for the next several days will be in the lower 90s.
Your sports live here on the Game Nashville Sports Network.
All right, let's tell you about our new sponsor on the show, Twice Daily. Outstanding stuff from Twice Daily. They've got the rewards program that they want you to know about, and you will benefit from it. I promise you, if you make that your go-to place, if you just keep going back, you're going to save money every time because the rewards program gives you the deals. And as we've said all the time, there are going to be days where life gets going fast and you need to keep up, and a convenience store like Twice Daily is the place that can bail you out with the pizza that you can have delivered to your home if you like, one less thing to worry about, and all kinds of other things going on. Stop in and get rewarded. Join that rewards program at Twice Daily to unlock those special discounts. It pays to be a member. If you're looking for convenience, Twice Daily has you covered.
So many times guests come in with pictures from Instagram, Pinterest, and Facebook and are amazed that we have those rings in stock.
David Cooper, Vice President at Genesis Diamonds, talking about how Genesis stays on the cutting edge.
We pride ourselves of staying ahead of the curve of fashion and seeking what's new, what's hot all over the world, what's hot all over the internet, and having that in stock for you, where other stores are still chasing styles that were cool maybe 5
4,000 cutting-edge choices from the top bridal designs in the world.
We have the designer looks that you see everywhere in stock in a variety of metals, a variety of sizes and shapes, and a variety of budgets, so every customer can have exactly what they want.
Genesis Diamonds and pre-owned Rolexes.
We are so honored and proud that so many people have made the switch to Genesis Diamonds and not only told their friends about Genesis, but have brought their friends to Genesis.
Green Hills and Cool Springs.
Hey guys, Big Joe here. Let me tell you why pet owners from all over the South are making the trek to Lebanon to see Dr. Maddie Haley and the caring and wonderful staff at Haley Veterinarian Practice. Dr. Haley is wonderful with dogs and cats. He's also an exotic vet. What? That's right, an exotic vet. No more Googling to find out where you need to take your exotic pets that aren't feeling well, such as a snake, a monkey, a bird, small mammals, other less common pets. Dr. Haley's specialized care will put your mind to ease. Check them out, HaleyVet.com. That's HaleyVet.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter. Your sports live here. This is the Game Nashville Sports Network on 102.5 The Game.
DMase, Vingan and Donick, 102.5 The Game. Willy Donick, Derek Mason, Adam Vingan here with you. SEC football media days are next week. Unfortunately, our computer is down, so we can't play the tortillas. that we discussed last week from Big 12 football.
That guy only
days.
wishes he said it
Exactly.
as close to the actual word as you just did. He was, way further off of that.
Now, do we think anybody at SEC Media Days is going to top that? We'll find out next week. SEC Football Media Days in beautiful Tampa, Florida. Clark Lee, I believe, is addressing the room on Tuesday. Cedric Alexander will be there for the Commodores, as will Junior Sherrill. Jared Curtis will not be part of SEC Football Media Days, and I think that's somewhat understandable. Freshman quarterback, a lot of excitement around him. Clark Lee trying to, I don't know if insulate is the right word, but, not throwing him to the wolves, so to speak, to start his collegiate career. And yesterday, Pete Nakos, or this might not have been yesterday, it was earlier this week. Pete Nakos of On3 went around the SEC and projected every starting quarterback. And Nakos projects that Blaise Berlowitz will start at quarterback for Vanderbilt over Jared Curtis. Here is what Nakos had to say. Quote, Vanderbilt made major noise on the recruiting trail in December when it flipped five-star quarterback commit Jared Curtis from Georgia. The number one quarterback recruit in the 2026 cycle decided, to stay home in Nashville, marking a major win for Clark Lee's program. For all the raw talent Curtis boasts, he is now entrenched in a quarterback competition entering fall camp at Vanderbilt. The four-way battle features Curtis, Blaise Berlowitz, Whit Muschamp, and Jack Elliott. Berlowitz is the most experienced of the group, a former New Mexico State transfer who followed Diego Pavia to Vanderbilt. He made 6 appearances last season. While Curtis is the quarterback of the future, Berlowitz could be the most game-ready by week 1. Starting quarterback projection, Blaise Berlowitz. Now, it did not appear if Nakos was saying that Blaise Berlowitz is going to be the starting quarterback for most of or all of next season, or if just week 1, as he said. But I did think it was interesting that Nakos even predicted Berlowitz would be the starting quarterback in the first place.
Well, if you listen to what Clark Lee has said, he wants Jared Curtis to win the job. He doesn't want to hand him the job. And I think, what you do, hopefully, as a staff, you're sitting there going, if our calculations are correct, after a certain amount of time, and hopefully sooner than later, he will naturally pass up Berlowitz. But Berlowitz should be more ready to play on week 1. Just by definition. He's been a college player for 5 years, right? This is his 5th year.
He's been
at
in
least.
The system.
I've lost track. Some of these guys have played more than 5 years. I've lost track of how many years you can have now with all the injunctions and special waivers and all these things. So, Berlowitz, he comes in, he's older. He's known the offense. He goes back even previous Vanderbilt, knowing the same offense. That said, I've watched him play, and I've also seen Curtis enough. There's no comparison between just the overall ceiling and talent level. It's night and day. Berlowitz, I think a lot of Vanderbilt fans have probably gotten a glimpse of here and there. He's a big, strong kid. He's a good athlete. He doesn't have the smoothest passing delivery. So I don't know that he could lead them to much success. Now, their first game, I think, is against Austin Peay. Is that right?
I think so.
So if Berlowitz starts that game and Curtis comes in the second or third quarter, then I guess this guy would be right.
Indeed, they open at home against Austin Peay,
So,
September 5th.
You've got some time to work this out naturally, which I think it will. But for all the reasons that you would think, right? You went to great lengths to get Curtis. He's a local kid. He's going to have that job. And I think, if he is at all ready to go, anything close, they're going to go with Curtis. And that's just tough for Berlowitz, but that's what you have to understand going in.
I'm not surprised. I would have been surprised had he brought Jared Curtis to SEC Media Days, because essentially when you do that, you're telling him he's the starting quarterback.
Right.
So there was no way in HE double hockey stick that Clark Lee was going to bring, Jared Curtis to SEC Media Days for that reason and other reasons. He hadn't earned that. You bring your leaders there. You bring those guys that have shown that they are capable of leading your program from the football field. So he should never have been. I don't think anybody would have thought that he should have been there. But what I am interested in is that because we talked about this, I think off air briefly yesterday, that maybe they approached him like Texas approached Arch Manning. Hey, listen, we're going to give you every opportunity to compete for the starting quarterback position. But if you do not win it, that doesn't mean you're not going to play or ultimately not going to be our quarterback. We, like Willie said, we just don't want to throw you in there, or I think you said it, Adam, don't want to throw you to the wolves. We want to allow you maybe in that first game to get some snaps if we're, winning by 3 or 4 touchdowns in the fourth quarter in the second half. Yeah, we will put you in the game and allow you to learn trial by error. But outside of that, I am not going to, and you shouldn't want it. And I'm sure you're talking to his parents more so than him. It's your son is going to get every opportunity to be the starting quarterback. But if he doesn't win it, that doesn't mean he's still not in our plans to be our starting quarterback. It just means that he's not ready and we don't want to expose him right now.
And we know, Willie, that Clark Lee is going to do everything he can to make sure that Jared Curtis is ready. We were talking about Brady Martin earlier in the program with the Predators. The Predators are going to do the same thing with Brady Martin. They are not going to throw him into the deep end before he is ready. So Clark Lee is going to make sure he's going to double check and triple check that Jared Curtis is ready to be a starting quarterback in the SEC. But I know there is a ton of excitement about Jared Curtis. He is the highest rated recruit in Vanderbilt football history, at least if you go back far enough to when people were tracking recruits, right? So there's a lot of excitement about Jared Curtis. Local kid, proven winner at the high school level. And it's not like Vanderbilt fans will be like upset, I think, if Blaze Berlowitz starts week 1 against Austin Peay. But the Clark Lee knows. They want to see the kid. They came out to the spring game to see the kid. So I know that they've got to protect Curtis, make sure he's ready. And I know Clark Lee is also good at blocking out the noise, but the Commodores are going to have to get him out there sooner rather than later, I think.
And you're in uncharted territory in terms of the expectations. Right now, people are not like, well, Vanderbilt, they're not going to do anything.
No, wait a minute.
You surprise. Right now,
back.
it's like, hey, what are you going to do for an encore?
I do have to say this. You didn't do it right. It's, Vanderbilt. It's no longer, can't believe we lost to Vanderbilt.
You can't lose to Vanderbilt.
Right.
I
So
mean,
that is no longer a thing.
Right now, it can't be a thing. Like you're 2 years of it, but there will be a lot of curiosity. Okay, what does the post Diego Pavia era look like?
I am really
because
fascinated
Pavia
by that.
elevated them. There's no doubt about it for 2 years. And I would say that if you talk to a lot of people, the roster, the non-quarterback part of the roster, looks very, very sound with what they've done. They look really good with the number of guys they've brought back, who they've added. They feel really good about the strength of the roster, better than it has been, even last year. But you're going from a guy that was older and a Jedi Knight in that offense. He knew every nuance of that offense when he got to the campus, and he's a special player, a special college player, Diego Pavia, and that made a huge difference. So now, what are you getting? Blake Berlowitz is really intriguing to me. I haven't seen him show me just flashing when he's gotten to play like, wow, I think that guy could win a game in the SEC. It's kind of like, I don't know. But he hasn't really been in there ever in a significant moment in a game. So maybe he could elevate if he's playing with the starters and with the game on the line. But if you're a Vanderbilt fan, like, you don't want that to be what we're talking about. You want Curtis to jump up and grab it, but it can't be a certainty. You have this plan, right? You hope that everything happens naturally, but you have to be prepared for it not to, just in case.
Do you think being here at Vanderbilt, do you think there will be pressure on Clark Lee, because and I'm saying that because of this. If this was Texas, Alabama,
or Georgia, where Jared Curtis was going to go before he flipped to Vanderbilt,
and you're not playing a kid, everybody's like, what is going on? We saw it, them do it with Archman. What is going on? Why isn't he playing? Do you think because he's here, they're able to sort of hide that in a sense? Like, it won't be a national thing if he's not playing. Now, some people locally, we may be, hey, why the kid ain't playing? Especially if the guy that's ahead of him isn't showing anything. But I think from a national standpoint, would there even be any pressure for him to play him if he's not ready?
It's so unique because of what all these dynamics we talk about a lot is experience and age. It's been proven these last couple of years, particularly at Vanderbilt. Their angle, their niche of how they have closed the gap and using the NIL is not poach guys off of Georgia's roster very often, even though that's the big story with Curtis. He was a high school recruit. But they haven't gone and raided guys in the portal off of other SEC teams. It's very often coming up from the mid-major ranks, finding guys who have played 2 or 3 years in a spot that have a couple years left. And like that guy could play in the SEC. He's turned into a really good football player. He's not the 2-star guy or the 3-star guy that he was. He's matured, and now he is a real SEC caliber player. They've had huge success with that. But I'm not sure Berlowitz fits that mold. But if he does, then that is a way to win. But I just don't know that he's played enough, and he just doesn't look like it to me in my limited time of watching him play. And so I think Clark Lee has to be prepared to answer all the questions that you're going to get, because people are going to want to see the kid. There's just no other way around it.
And I'm sure
it was such a big story.
I'm sure he'll get a lot of those questions next week. I believe Tuesday is when Clark Lee will be at the podium at SEC Media Days. By the way, for our Vols fans out there, Pete Nakos projects Faison Brandon will be the starting quarterback for the Tennessee Volunteers. He writes, entering the spring, it appeared George McIntyre was the clear quarterback to beat to earn the starting job, but true freshman Faison Brandon came on strong, pushing McIntyre and looking better at times. Sources through the spring and now into the summer continue to tell On 3 that Brandon has positioned himself to truly compete for the job and potentially start week 1. McIntyre had an up and down spring and clearly did not outright win the job. The amount of talent and potential Brandon has will be hard to tamp down. The Volunteers open with Furman before playing at Georgia Tech, giving them a week to play both quarterbacks if necessary. 615-737-1025. Now, Derek Mason, he's going on vacation. He is going to be out tomorrow, which is when we do Ask DMase. So before Derek leaves, we're doing one more Ask DMase. It's a Thursday edition of Ask DMase. 615-737-1025. If you have a question for Derek Mason, call us, text us. 615-737-1025. And I have a question for Derek Mason based on his sushi slander from earlier. Grocery store sushi slander. Say that 10 times fast. Willy Donick, Derek Mason, Adam Vingan, 1025 The Game.
Now, here's your Nashville's game plan from the Game Nashville Sports Network.
I'm Connor Newt with your Nashville's local game plan, brought to you by Tennessee Donor Services. One organ donor can save up to 8 lives. Register at donatelifetn.org. This Friday, July 17th from 8 a.m. to this Saturday, July 18th at 5 p.m., the 2026 Southeastern Truck Nationals presented by LMC Truck returns to the Wilson County Fairgrounds in Lebanon. See more than 1,600 of the nation's finest GM trucks, from lifted to lowered builds to fully restored classics and everything in between. Tickets are $20. Kids 12 and under get in free.
Your sports live here. We are the Game Nashville Sports Network.
ElectronicExpress.com. We've got that.
Green Ventures Landscaping gives your home a home field advantage. This football season, imagine watching the game around a custom fire pit, serving burgers from your outdoor kitchen, and welcoming friends onto a backyard built for making memories. From stunning patios and landscaping to complete outdoor living spaces, Green Ventures Landscaping builds places you'll enjoy long after the final whistle. Upgrade your home with Green Ventures Landscaping. Design, build, maintain.
Don't get stuck inside your home because your garage door won't open. All Four Seasons garage doors can protect you with a simple tune-up or fast, reliable service. Call us today and avoid being a prisoner in your own home.
Hey y'all, it's Courtney from Parman Tractor and Equipment, and we're serving all of Middle Tennessee with Takeuchi's great equipment lineup. Right now, Parman is offering 0% financing for 60 months on all Takeuchi mini excavators and 0% for 60 months on all track loaders, backed by our 3-year, 3,000-hour warranty. With our locations in Nashville and Columbia, the employee owners of Parman Tractor offer totally outrageous customer service, making it easy to buy or rent the equipment you need. Stop by today or visit us at parmantractor.com. Your next or first Takeuchi is waiting.
If you have a 2, 3, or 4% mortgage rate, don't refi. You don't have to, but you can still get cash out of your home. Introducing Loan Pronto's zero-cost equity loan. Hey, Willy Donick here, and with Loan Pronto, you can get all of the cash you need without touching your first mortgage and without any fees. One local homeowner got $100,000, paid off all their credit cards, paid their existing HELOC, remodeled their kitchen, and saved over $1,500 per month. There's no hard credit pull up front, usually no appraisal, no long drawn-out process, and no closing costs. You might even be able to skip your next 2 house payments. So call Loan Pronto. Leave your low-rate mortgage intact, but get the cash out you need in as little as 2 weeks without paying closing costs. Just go to loanpronto.com or call 615-499-5780. That's loanpronto.com or 615-499-5780. For qualified homeowners, equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Looking for a night out with friends or fun with the family? Welcome to Eastside Bowl, the vintage retro entertainment destination built by locals, for locals in East Nashville. With 16 lanes of Hyperbowl, 2 live music venues, a pinball arcade and pool room, and a lounge with a 3rd stage for live music, Eastside Bowl is your one-stop for serious fun. Whether you're grabbing a lane and some food, battling it out over retro pinball and pool, watching live music on 3 stages, or sipping drinks in the lounge, this place does it all. Open daily with friendly vibes and unique design. This repurposed Kmart is Nashville's nostalgia meets now.
Live on the Game Nashville Sports Network.
Good afternoon. I'm Connor Newt with your Game Center update. The Nashville Predators have announced their full 84-game schedule for the upcoming 2026-2027 NHL season. As announced yesterday, they will open at home Thursday, October 1st against the Minnesota Wild, then follow it up Saturday night in Smashville against Dallas in Bridgestone Arena Saturday, October 3rd. To wrap things up in the 84-game season, 7 of the Predators' last 10 games will be played at Bridgestone Arena against Boston, the New York Rangers, Buffalo, Chicago, Calgary, Seattle, and Dallas. At long last, we have a World Cup final matchup as Leo Messi and the Argentinians take down England yesterday. They advanced to the final to take on Barcelona superstar Lamine Yamal and Spain. The game will be played Sunday at 3 p.m. in MetLife Stadium in New York, New Jersey, as Argentina looks to capture their back-to-back World Cup title. Spain has not won the World Cup since 2010 and are looking to secure their 2nd title overall. In Major League Baseball, the Cincinnati Reds and former Tennessee Volunteer and Wake Forest Demon Deacon pitcher Jace Burns have reached an agreement on a 7-year, $105 million contract extension. The 23-year-old in his first full season with the Reds is 11-1 with a 2.54 ERA and 118 strikeouts in 102 2/3 innings. The deal has no club options and runs through 2033. It is also the largest deal ever for a pitcher who has yet to reach arbitration and the 3rd biggest contract in Reds history, behind Joey Votto and Ken Griffey Jr. For the Game Nashville Sports Network, I'm Connor Newt.
For more, log on to thegamenashville.com. Your sports live here on the Game Nashville Sports Network. Live from the Busy Bee Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Game Nashville Studios. WTFM Pegram, WBUZ HD2 Laverne. The Commodores live here.
At the 5-court, the pylon, they've got it. Touchdown, Vanderbilt.
We are the Game Nashville Sports Network on ESPN 1025. The Game.
A Cromwell Media Station.
They're ready to cover it all with you on the drive home.
You guys are going to get me in trouble.
Oh, Lord.
No, you're already in trouble.
Former Titans wide receiver and Tennessee Sports Hall of Famer Derek Mason.
That is a clear indictment of what people think of your team.
Predators TV voice Willy Donick.
There it is! 600 goals!
And reporter Adam Vingan R.
And I'm a nerd, and I look at the numbers.
DMase. Bingen and Donick DVD.
Not doing it. Not giving it.
Why not?
You're the SEC snob. That's why.
Your sports live here. We are the Game Nashville Sports Network. This is 102.5 The Game.
DMase, Vingan, and Donick, 102.5 The Game. Willie, Donick, Derek Mason, Adam Vingan, and Connor Newt here with you.
Willie just gave the fist pound for the
Mets.
Mets.
They're ready to take the
Fist
field.
bump.
The second half is starting.
Why is he?
The Mets are 40-56.
Why is he even like, yes, let's go, Mets?
Because he knows.
You know what the outcome is going to be,
He
Willie.
knows that the season is getting closer to being over. He's very excited about it. That's why.
Oh,
That's
man.
why he's excited. And I realized something, and it kind of made me sad. Derek Mason, you're going on vacation tomorrow, a well-deserved week off. Willie Donick will also be off next week. I will be off the following week. So this is our last show as a threesome until August 3rd. 2.5 full weeks. We won't all be in the same place.
Yeah, we will not.
I mean, it's that time of the year. You know, you got to get your vacations in.
Got to get in
before the Titans open training camp.
Some of us get those.
You don't get a vacation?
No.
Okay. Well, you know what? By the way, somebody earlier, I neglected to say this, has corrected the record on the Publix that Freddie, quote unquote, visited. One texter says it wasn't the Bellevue Publix. It was the one in Franklin off of Murfreesboro Road.
See, I was wondering, like, there's no hotel over there. So what did he mean?
It's been a bad day for me. I don't know if you heard my Game Center update in the first hour. I get the whole soccer score thing wrong. So my brain's not in the right
That's
place
okay,
today.
Connor. There's a lot
We all
going
have
on
bad
back
days.
there.
Don't worry about it.
We're still recovering from the lightning strike that hit the
Exactly.
that hit the building a couple of days
And we're still
ago.
waiting to see if Connor Newt or anybody on our staff is turned into a superhero as a result of the lightning, the after effects of the lightning.
My hand was stuck to the wall today, so maybe I'm turning into Spider-Man.
Would you tell us, Connor, or would you wait till you know you really got the power?
I'd fight crime for a couple of months and see if you guys can figure it out.
Why does Connor look so tired?
Yeah. Wow. That's a rough night. You've been sleeping at night? That's always the great scene in Batman, like where Alfred sees Bruce Wayne. He's like, man, you've been banged up. You okay? What have you been doing? Spelunking or something like that.
Hey, man, I just had bad night's sleep. That's all. Just fighting in my sleep.
Josh
Crying in my
Josh
sleep.
says threesome. Whoa, hey, watch your language. Another texter says you could probably find a third baseman at the Sounds game. That's
There
a
we
callback.
go.
Now that is a devoted listener when we were talking about the mixer at the Sounds
Oh,
game.
yes.
When we were at First Horizon Park.
Just
a
here
few
for the
weeks ago.
vibes.
Just here for the vibes. Now, Derek, a lot of people are very upset with you about your anti-grocery store sushi take.
Bring it on.
One texter said, where does Derek think the sushi chefs get the ingredients from? The grocery store.
Yeah, but they ain't in the grocery store making it.
So for you, the hang up is
the guy's there. You can see the guy.
No,
He's
I don't
making it.
care. I don't care.
For you, the hang up is
Yes.
the sushi chef, easy for me to say, at the grocery store. It just doesn't seem natural to you.
Exactly. So would y'all eat sushi from a gas station?
No.
No.
What's the difference? A gas
Because-
station, grocery store. I
because-
see the guy
because
making
at-
it. If I see
they're
the guy
not
making
making-
it,
None of the gas station people are making the
there's no
sushi.
I've been
chef
in a
at-
got station where I saw the guy make the sushi.
He's not making it.
I
at the
mean,
gas
we're
station.
not.
Yes, he
We're
does.
not
I've
talking
seen
about-
it before.
You might make a hot dog.
We're not talking about Buc-ee's here, okay? Where you can watch them
I'm just
slice the
saying.
brisket on the board, right? Derek,
I've seen
you have
in a gas
never
station. Yes, I
in
have.
your life seen a
Yes.
sushi chef at a gas station.
I didn't call him a sushi chef. I said a guy
This-
putting together a sushi roll.
Erroneous.
I don't know if he was a sushi chef, but he damn sure has sushi in his hand.
Well, maybe
putting it
he was
together.
delivering the sushi. I don't believe
Nah,
it.
he was behind in the kitchen. I saw him.
I do not believe
And that's
this.
why. And I said I will never eat sushi.
I do not believe
from a
this
gas
for a second. By the way, it's time for Ask DMase, 615-737-1025. If you have a question for Derek, call or text 615-737-1025. It doesn't have to be about grocery store sushi. But I do have a related question for Derek Mason.
Yes.
What is the grossest thing you have eaten when you had no other options?
Oh.
And I mean gross to you.
Oh, gross.
Something
to
that
me?
you otherwise wouldn't eat under normal circumstances.
Oh man. Something tofu.
Tofu?
Oh yeah.
I don't mind tofu.
It's awful. Tastes like a sponge. It's awful, man.
I'm with you.
But that was it was there. That's all. So I had to eat it. But it's awful.
It's got to be prepared a certain way. And I grew up as the lone non-vegetarian in my adult life, my married life. So I know about the tofu.
See?
I know about. I had to go with the flow.
You had no choice.
I had no choice in certain cases, or it was. But so it's an acquired taste, but it's got to be prepared the right. There's certain kind. I agree. It's like you're picking up a sponge.
Yeah, it's just I
Like,
can't.
and it tastes kind of like
Yeah.
that too.
Hey,
It's
listen,
not cooked right.
for all the tofu eaters out there, hey, eat away. But for
Yes,
me,
enjoy.
it tastes like a sponge.
Josh from White House says, Willie, that Batman scene was Lucius Fox asking Bruce, not Alfred.
Right.
Nerd.
Lucius
Josh,
Fox.
nerd.
Wow,
That's
we
right.
love it though. We love it.
So when
Morgan
I,
Freeman's character.
When I met my wife, she did not eat red meat or poultry. She did eat fish, but we would have a lot of vegetarian / vegan dishes at home. And I actually took to it. I enjoyed it. And one time her sister came to visit, and her sister is a picky eater. And my wife made chicken fried tofu, which was very good. But her sister was so concerned about the texture. I remember her standing over the table with a single tofu cube, cutting it into the thinnest, most translucent slice possible. I was like, there's no way you can taste that. But that's how freaked out she was about tofu. Like, I'm going to cut the smallest, thinnest slice I possibly can.
I don't blame her. I really don't.
Willie,
so-
let me ask you the same question. What is the grossest thing you've ever eaten under extreme circumstances? And gross to you. I'm not saying like
Gross. In other words, I didn't like it.
Right. It's not like, well, I was stuck outside my house and I was starving, so I ate a worm off the street. Like
That's never happened, fortunately.
Yeah.
I would. You know what I did one time at the Vanderbilt cafeteria way back in the day. I don't know why I did this. I was in a mode of wanting to try new things. I tried liver.
It
It was not good. It was not good. I have not eaten liver since.
We used to eat.
Does
that.
anybody like liver?
Yeah, we used to eat it as a kid. We used to
Okay.
eat liver, gravy, rice, and I didn't like it then. But my mom cooked it. That's what we had.
Oh, so you guys had liver in the
so
house.
we
Okay.
had liver in the house. Did I like it? No. My dad, I think because my dad liked it, my mom made it, but I sure enough didn't like it. I would soak it with as much gravy and rice as I could.
I don't know when the last time I've seen that on a menu where I've been out at a restaurant or been at somebody's house that has it an option. Like,
that's just like chalky. It's
is
just the
anybody
taste.
out there go with liver? Like, eat it a lot? What's the way to prepare it? Like,
You're a liver
what are we
connoisseur.
missing here? Have you ever had liver, Adam?
He doesn't look like he ever had liver.
I don't know if I've ever had liver.
You would know, wouldn't you?
Connor?
Like, liver?
No.
No liver.
I will tell you.
I've had haddock, which is also not good.
I'll tell you what I had in a pinch that was gross. And it happened in this very building. And it wasn't out of the vending machine. Back in January, February, whenever that stupid ice storm was here. And Willie, you had no power. And I think you were stuck at home. Derek, you could not get out. You had, power lines down on your street.
Yes.
So I was the only one who could make it to the station to do the show. This was the day after, I want to say, the conference championship weekend. It was me, Parker Kelly, and Brandon Bigsby. We were doing the show. And before I came here, I went to a McDonald's down the street because I was like, look, I'm starving. I need to eat something. There were people there, but like no one was taking my order. So I was like, I'm running out of time. I have to leave. So I drove here. I walk into the station. I walk past the break room, and there is McDonald's in there that was presented to people who were stuck here trying to keep the station on the air. That McDonald's had to be at least a day old. I think I ate a day-old McMuffin because I was so hungry.
You know who brought that, right?
You?
No.
Chase?
Well, no. Bud Walter.
Bud? Well, thank you, Bud.
Did you get a tummy ache?
So you know what I do in that
No,
situation?
I did the show.
I nuke it. Did you nuke it? Just heat it up to where
that makes it worse.
No, I ate it.
At times it does.
I
make
ate
it
it
worse.
room temperature, baby.
Ooh.
See, I can't. It's too clammy for the. If it's a
Yeah.
day old, it's cold. I have to nuke it. Even sometimes it like hardens it up, or
at least you know.
At least it's hot. You know, I can pretend that it's fresh.
Well, if that happens again, I'll be here and I'll buy you some nice snacks, and you can come slumber.
Well,
party
you
with
owe
me
me
during
because
the
the other day I got here and there was a DoorDash driver who was just wandering the building looking for a delivery, and I got out of my car and I said, "Can I help you find someone?" And it was for Connor.
The picture was just you holding it.
So I delivered your meal to you. Zach says Williamson County Medical Center cafeteria has amazing liver and onions. They made it when my wife was giving birth there, and I ate it, and it was delicious. One texter says Cracker Barrel used to offer a liver and gizzards plate. My mom loved it.
Gizzards. What is that?
Is that the Steve Irwin meal?
Oh man,
Gizzards, man. Hey.
One texter said boiled okra. As a kid, my mom made it, and I imagine that's like eating a sinus infection.
Oh my goodness.
My mom used to tell us fried okra was tater tots, so we would eat it. And that's how I ended up liking fried okra.
I can go for some fried okra.
Yeah, ain't nothing
I
wrong
like
with
it.
fried okra.
Oh, that's funny. All right, here's a good question. Joey from Bellevue says, Adam, we hear you talking about a day old McDonald's. Hey man, I had to do the show. I was in the pinch. All right, let me find that. There was a very good text here. Let's see if I can find it. All right, here we go.
Sometimes you got to eat.
I have
to
strong
survive.
opinions about this too.
Okay.
So I want to hear what Derek has to say. DMase, if a couple is on a date at a restaurant and they're given a booth, is it appropriate for them to sit together on the same side of the booth, or is that a completely unnatural and against all things holy, and like normal human beings, they should sit across from each other? I eagerly await your answer, as I have not made up my mind on this topic.
Shoot, wow. My girlfriend and I, when we go out, when we're sitting at a table, we make fun every once in a while, like, come and sit next to me. I said, because we could be that couple where they're sitting right next to each other, because it does seem odd when you're at a table, not a booth, when you're at a table and you're sitting side by side. There's nothing wrong with it if you do it, but I'm just saying, like, it does look kind of odd. I would rather be looking at you than trying to face you like that. So McCall and I, we kind of kid each other. But when we're in a booth, I think you can't help but sit close to your mate, especially if, because even though we're looking at each other in a booth, it's the same as a table, but it seems like you're supposed to be closer when you're at a booth, because sometimes the booth is just so big and the table is so long. You don't want to be sitting 5 feet away from your girl or your guy. In the booth, you tend to gravitate toward one another. That's what booths are for.
I
So
don't think
get
it's
closer.
a disqualifier, but it's going to be noticed
You
in
think?
certain restaurants that if you're huddled up,
Mhm.
especially if it's like kind of a lighter restaurant in terms of lighting,
Mhm.
and it's maybe not super crowded, you could stand out that way.
But if you see
You got to watch
somebody,
the PDAs.
yeah, but if you see somebody at a table and then at a booth and they're sitting side by side with one another, which one would you think kind of look odd? The table, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying.
I
Like a
agree with
booth-
the texter.
You
that
can get away with the booth
Exactly.
easier. you're saying. Okay,
Absolutely.
yeah. That's a good nuance.
I agree with the texter that it is unnatural to sit on the same side of a booth.
Even wow.
Now, if it's a circular booth,
You can get away with
you
that.
can get away with it. But if it's just a standard booth, my wife on one side, I'm on the other.
Wow.
This was a whole thing on Curb Your Enthusiasm, side sitting. Larry David was side sitting. It's a little too intimate to side sit, where you sit sort of, I guess you could say, perpendicular to somebody, not like not across,
Right.
not on the same row, but like on the side.
But isn't there sometimes where, you and a wife go out and maybe y'all don't, I don't know, but if you do
With
sit
two
in a
kids,
booth,
we don't get to
yeah,
go
you
out
don't get.
very
That's why I said
often.
2 kids, you don't get out much. Yes, but when you do, if you're sitting in a booth, a lot of times you're sitting next to each other, at least for me and McCall, because we want to people watch. And we kind of talk based upon that.
But if you're sitting across, you can people watch in both directions.
You got a point there.
Because she can people watch this way and you can people watch that way.
Or we can be together and we can people watch all together.
Like
Because we're usually sitting, with
you're closing yourself off to the people watching by sitting on the same side of the booth.
Not really.
That's
Not
what I
if,
think.
not if the booth is in the back.
No, I don't. I
see everybody.
It feels weird to me to sit on the same side of the booth if you're not if you're with another couple, you're going on a double date and you're sitting on one side with your wife and the other couple is sitting on the other side.
Yeah.
Makes sense. But if in those situations, I always sit across from my wife.
There's nothing wrong with it at
No.
all. I mean, but I think you can just get away with it when you're at a booth as opposed to just a standard table.
Well, to this point, maybe I'm contradicting myself here. If you're seated at a table, a square table, and there are 4 seats, one on each side, sometimes I will side sit my wife. Like we'll sit, I'll sit, on the next side. I won't sit across from her on the table, as I guess what I'm saying. But at a booth, I think is a different situation. I think at a booth, you got to sit on the opposite sides.
Okay, so if you're at a table and you're with another couple, is it customary for, say, the 2 ladies that sit on one side and then the 2 men that sit on the other? So it's kind of like this crosstalk. You see what I'm saying?
Depends on how well you know the other couple.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Yes. Yes. One texter says it's got to be based off the restaurant vibe, lunch, coffee, cafe. It's a table across from each other. If you're in a small, nice little restaurant booth, side sitting is acceptable. Dylan in Antioch says, I will say when my girlfriend and I are done eating and waiting on the check, I may go join her on the same side, but not while eating the meal.
Okay.
Michael in Madison says, I think unless it's a first date, then it's completely fine for both people to sit on the same side.
Okay. That's booth or table is what he's saying.
Dustin says, it's harder to scroll through TikTok and laugh at each other's videos across from each other. You definitely sit beside each other. On a double date, the 2 guys sit next to one. It says, on the double date, the 2 guys to sit next to one or the 2 guys, girls should sit on the other side. It's more friendship-like instead of couple-like.
Okay.
You have a better time.
Yeah, I can see that. That's why I asked the question, Line.
Yeah,
some people
that's a good question. That people I think would give a lot of different opinions on that.
Viking Matt says, what if you want to be intimate on a date? This is not Loveline. I'm not Dr. Drew. I'm not Dr. Drew.
Intimate on a date.
Yes, on a date. I'm not Dr. Drew or Adam Carolla.
I think you're looking for the 811 number.
Again, I mean, maybe this says something about me, but when I was younger, I used to fall asleep listening to Loveline. And now look at me now. 615-737-1025. Who knows if I picked up anything? 615-737-1025. We'll continue to Ask DMase. Also, if you have thoughts on the texter's question about the proper or appropriate way to sit in a booth next to each other or across from each other. 615-737-1025. Willy Donick, Derek Mason, Adam Vingen, 1025 The Game.
Next Man Up with Jake Lyman lives here. Tomorrow morning at 9, your sports live here on 1025 The Game and the Game Nashville Sports Network. Now, here's your latest Fox 17 Code Red weather report.
I'm Fox 17 meteorologist Brett Luna. More daily rounds of scattered showers and thunderstorms are possible through Sunday. A few of the storms on Saturday could be strong with damaging winds as the main threat. Heavy rain is also going to be possible with any of these storms. High temperatures for the next several days will be in the lower 90s.
Your sports live here on the Game Nashville Sports Network.
Middle Tennessee weather isn't slowing down, and outages can disrupt everything. I'm Derek Mason, and I've seen what these storms can do. It's not just inconvenient, it's disruptive. That's why I trust Tri-State Water, Power, and Air and Kohler generators. Tri-State makes it easy with a free on-site assessment, professional installation, and service you can count on. And with Kohler, your generator system is built around your home's needs. So don't wait for the next outage. Get prepared with a Kohler generator from Tri-State today. So visit tristatewhywait.com.
Welcome to Huntington Bank. We're new here, but we've been around since 1866.
Wow, that's a long time.
Long enough to know that insightful bankers, great products, and customer service make a big difference. Let's get more from money. Switch to Huntington Bank. Welcome. Eligibility requirements apply. Some features may require enrollment.
Legendary coach Lou Holtz once said, before people spend money, they ask 3 questions. Can I trust you? Are you committed to excellence? And do you care about me? Hey, friends, it's Derek Mason for Eurofix. Eurofix has built its business on answering those 3 questions with a bold yes. In 1999, founder Aaron Stokes was by himself with a 1-car garage in downtown Franklin. A few months later, Aaron moved to a shop in a barn behind his house so he could stay close to his family while building his dream of offering the best service on European vehicles at below dealer pricing. Fast forward to today. That barn's long gone, and Eurofix is thriving with 5 locations: Nashville, Franklin, Belmead, Murfreesboro, and Mount Juliet, with more to come. All work performed comes with a 3-year, 36,000-mile nationwide warranty, plus a rent-a-car available with every appointment. So go ahead, ask yourself, can you trust us? Do we care? Are we committed to excellence? And I think you'll say yes when you see how Eurofix treats you. Call or book today at myeurofix.com. That's myeurofix.com.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Welcome to Wawa. Still trying to decide what's for lunch? We can definitely help. How about an Italian hoagie made fresh when you order it? You might know it as a sub, but here it's a hoagie. Or a toasted Southwest Chipotle turkey panini. Or a chicken and cheese quesadilla. Whatever it is, Wawa's got you covered. In fact, lunch is our specialty, or at least one of them. Freshly made hoagies, paninis, and so much more. When you got a craving, you got a Wawa. Price and participation may vary by store.
Blackberry Smoke is bringing their Rattle, Ramble, and Roll tour to Ryman Auditorium July 25th, and 1025 The Game wants to send you there. Don't miss your shot to experience one of rock's most celebrated live bands. Enter now at thegamenashville.com for your chance to win tickets.
Your sports live here. This is the Game Nashville Sports Network on 1025 The Game.
DMase, Vingan, and Donick, 1025 The Game. Willy Donick, Derek Mason, Adam Vingan here, continuing a Thursday edition of Ask DMase because Derek Mason is going on vacation starting tomorrow. And along those lines, JC in Goodlettsville says, Ask DMase, would you rather vacation in Medicine Hat? Willy Donick knows a thing or two about Medicine Hat, or Ann Arbor.
Oh, wow.
I hear Ann Arbor is lovely. I have never been.
Listen,
I've never been to Medicine Hat either.
Michigan is lovely in the summer,
indeed,
spring, and the fall too. I can say that, but ain't no way I'm spending a considerable amount of time in Ann Arbor. Couple hours, that's it. I'm out. Only time I went to Ann Arbor was to play and was to run track. Beside that, I wasn't in Ann Arbor. Okay. I thought they took it off the map.
Which means I will be your tour guide going through Medicine Hat.
Absolutely. Willie and I will have fun at Medicine Hat.
They have a great hotel we can stay at that has an indoor water slide.
There we go.
Oh,
that's all I need.
Indoor water
What's the name of the hotel?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, okay.
That's all I need right there.
It has got the dome. It's got the dome. Okay. It's a family fun center.
Hey,
and boy, did we go wild. The Blue Jays had some fun days at the pool there.
You guys could go on the high rise together.
There we go.
Yeah. It was.
I'm sure they
it
got
was
a
a
rooftop
fully. It
somewhere.
was a legit. It wasn't just like a little curly Q. It was like
Okay,
it was up there.
legit. All
Yeah.
right. So me and Medicine Hat.
In a couple of weeks, I'm taking. Well, not me. My wife too. We're taking the kids, but more specifically, our soon-to-be 5-year-old son to Soundwaves at Opryland for a day.
Ooh, that should be fun.
And looking forward to that. He hasn't been in 3 years. So last night I showed him videos and pictures of him when he was still almost 2 years old on all of the baby slides. And he was, are there really big slides? Are there medium slides? He's very interested in the length of the slides. So
you will find out, buddy. when we
yes,
get
you
there.
will. Yes, you will. On the topic from the previous segment about whether it's appropriate to sit on the same side of a booth, Michael and Madison, who texted in earlier and said, I think unless it's a first date, then it's completely fine for both people to sit on the same side. But if you're going to be on the same side, you've got to get the dominant hand situation figured out quickly, because you don't want to be bumping elbows the whole time when you're trying to eat.
Yeah, you got a point there. Yeah, because I would rather her be to my left than to my right.
Me being a left-hander, I think of these things when I
see?
determine my position at the table.
Exactly.
You got to think about these things. And, how well do you know your date? Like, you've been dating for a long time, you're comfortable with each other early on, you got to make sure you're on top of your etiquette at the table, your table managers. You're too close and you're chomping, and that could be a disqualifier right there.
Yeah, she can leave and never call you back.
Yeah. You don't want that.
Girl, food was falling out his mouth. He was sloppy. All that stuff.
One texter says, when you go down the water slide together, who sits in the front and who sits behind? Are you talking about the three of us? Like, how would we order ourselves? I don't know. I don't think I've ever gone. Well, I've gone down a water slide with my son, and he's in between my legs.
Yeah.
But with another adult, I've never gone down a water slide at the same
Well,
time. So I can't answer that question.
Me being a Floridian, right?
Of course.
Of course.
Growing up as a teenager, go to the water parks. The Wet and Wild was one. There's a lot of tricks on the water slides. The different types of water slides.
You mean
they're
for
all
the ladies or generally?
In general, just to have fun at the park that day.
Not if you're taking a date to the water park.
Oh, not necessarily taking a date, but if she's
Who
fun.
takes a date to the water
That's
park?
what I was just thinking.
Oh, it's fun. Yeah, it can be done.
Your first date? It can't be your first date.
First date? No,
Yeah.
not first date. It's got to be more of people you know.
You can't do first date at the water
Definitely.
park.
Not even a second date.
But here's the feature though at Medicine Hat with the indoor dome, where all times of the year. But in the summer, you're inside. You got the water park. You don't have like the lifeguards policing every move you make. Like if you want to do something mischievous on these slides, you're likely going to get caught at Wet and Wild. But at the dome in Medicine Hat, you can invent all kinds of fun games. You stop in the middle of the slide. You act like you're going down, then you scare the heck out of your buddies when they come down. Or you.
Now, is this a tube slide or an open slide?
There's tubes. Yeah.
Okay.
This is a long time ago, so they may have upgraded, or they could have torn the whole thing down for all I know.
Well,
insurance purposes, I don't know. Maybe
once
it's
I get
gone.
the Medicine Hat, I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Dylan says date to the water
They also
park
have a nice
is
bowling
great
alley.
idea. Okay.
Oh, bowling alley. There we go.
Yeah, pitchers of beer. That's the way to
That's what
have a
it's
nice
called?
night in Medicine Hat. I don't remember what it was called.
I thought it's called Pitchers of Beer. I was like, that's a cool name for a bowling alley. Pitches of beer.
That's funny. Dylan says date to the water park is a great idea. I mean, I've never done it. But if you have, I guess you can let us know. 615-737.
You open a can of worms now.
Yeah.
Oh man.
B-Man wants to know what your favorite vacation destination is,
My
since you will be
favorite
going on vacation.
destination. One, anytime, any place I can go with my kids. It's fun because they usually pick out fun places. And then obviously any place I can go with my girlfriend. But we went on the kids and I went to, and we were just talking about this yesterday. The kids and I went to Costa Rica, and we had the funnest time there at Costa Rica. So that was a fun place for us. Puerto Rico was a fun place. The kids have been there a few times. As an adult, man, I think going over to London was fun. The latest one, my daughter and I went, so we had a good time. I mean, we got on the plane early that morning and landed in London and went to the hotel, and I was so tired. And my sister, but my daughter, even before we got off the plane, she said, "Dad, I just want you to know, we are dropping stuff off at the hotel, and then we are on a mission." I said, "Okay." And I swear, for 4 days, we were up and going just about every minute, because she was like, "We're not here long, so I want to get to all of these places and see all these things." And we were there for when the Titans played Baltimore, when they played the Ravens. And that little lady had me ripping and running from the time I got there. It was so bad. The last day we were there that morning, I said, "Listen, I am not getting up and I'm not getting out of this bed until after 10, 11 o'clock, because every day we've been up at about 7 o'clock in the morning and out of the apartment at 8.
I think that's a big thing on vacations is you've got some people that want the fast pace. They want to get everything. They want to do everything. And then I'm more like you. This is vacation. Exactly. I don't want to have to be on a schedule. I don't want to have to get going early in the morning. I want to ease into the day. I'm relaxing. I'm recharging the batteries. I get out. Like, "Get down here. Let's go. We're out of here. It's time to get to the beach." I was like, I just woke up. It's 8:30. I'm just trying to relax.
Didn't I just go to sleep?
Yeah.
I have a hard time sitting idle. So when I go on vacation, I like to lounge on a lounge chair, go swimming, read. But I've got to be doing some sort of activity. Like if I go on a cruise and there are excursions, I always like to do an excursion. I always like to spend the day doing something active, because I just can't sit around. I know that part of vacation is to relax, and there is relaxing, but I like to be active. One texter says, "Wet and Wild Orlando, aka Banana Hammock Central." Maybe Willie knows
that
Wet
true?
and Wild
Willie?
Orlando.
Yeah, we got those.
Brad and Franklin says, "Across from each other in the booth always, unless you're 75 years or older. Also, lots of shenanigans at Wet and Wild as a kid. Also a Florida boy."
Oh, yeah. Big shenanigans.
So what is it about Wet and Wild? We've had 2 different texters mention Wet and Wild.
It's great.
The name says it, Wet and Wild.
It's just like a little bit dangerous, which is.
Are there a lot of banana hammocks, as the texter suggests?
Of course, yeah. We got them all. You got the wave pool, you got the rapids thing where you're trying to knock each other off the inner tubes and stuff. Then you got the big tall one. They call it the Stuka. We just go basically straight down.
The what?
Der Stuka. I don't know what it stands for.
Is that German?
It's it probably is wedgie in German, because your bathing suit's going to be
Freddie. If you're listening, what is it? I know you're in town.
I have to type that in.
Those are 3 things I wouldn't want to do with anyone in a banana hammock.
Oh boy. Yeah. There are a lot of inappropriate text messages about water parks.
See, that was going to open up a can of worms right there.
I mean, I did invite it, but I'm not reading any of your text up there. It's inappropriate. So this trip you're going on, you told me you're just going to visit family.
It's nothing. I just gotta, kind of, recharge myself. So it's not like I'm going overseas or anything. Just something quick. Just kind of get away for a minute, come back. That's really about it. It's nothing special,
But it's still
even
nice.
though y'all say I got my nose in the air. No,
I
do what you common folks do, okay?
Okay. Well, you also.
I'm just messing with y'all.
Also, I mean,
celebrities are like us.
I'm just playing with y'all. Y'all probably go on more trips than I do.
I mean, you were.
I hate to spend money. My kids would tell you.
I mean, your take on grocery store sushi was majorly snobby.
How?
I'm not eating that.
I did kind of say it's snobby-ish.
Yeah.
I do apologize.
A little
for
snooty. A little snooty.
You're right.
Brandy says, "Help me pick my classroom theme for this year. Rainbow colors, chalkboard, or polka dots. Do we have other options?"
Ooh, rainbow, chalk, polka dots. What grade is this?
I still have that image of nails on the chalkboard.
Yeah, that just makes me feel.
They're kind of old school now. You don't see the old style chalkboards in a
Do they
classroom.
even
very
use
often.
chalkboards?
It's
They
more,
use
much more
like
the whiteboards.
Yeah,
right?
the whiteboard. Yeah. How old are? I mean,
Well,
what-
Brandy, how old are your
kids,
students?
Yeah,
Let us know.
Yeah, because it just depends. I mean, there's nothing wrong with a polka dot theme. Just how do you sort of position a polka dot? And there's nothing wrong with the rainbow theme, but it's you got to be strategic in how you place these things. You
Well-
can't have a bunch of you got to coordinate. You got to coordinate. Okay.
Yes. Pre-K, she says.
Oh, pre-K. Huh. Rainbows. I think kids get tired of dots. Like, I think that'll mess with their eyes. Like dots. I think you do rainbows.
I'd like the good, a lot of color.
Yeah, a
I
lot
like
of color.
that for
Yeah.
pre-K.
I have
it's
a
exciting to walk
I
in
mean,
there.
I don't
Yeah.
know how creative you're allowed to be, Brandy, but I do have a suggestion because of a couple of weeks ago, you got on me because I have not introduced my son to Mac and Cheese, the band
Ooh.
featuring Ryan O'Reilly.
You still have it?
I asked Arlo if he wanted to listen to Mac and Cheese in the
Okay.
car, and he said no.
Oh.
What?
But he says no all the time.
He doesn't know what he's missing.
I might just have to put it on
Yeah.
without telling him and see how he reacts. But what about the Mac and Cheese themed room? I bet the kids would love that. You can show off your Predators fandom. I know you're a big Predators fan.
I like this.
How
I
about
like this
how about
idea.
the Mac and Cheese theme? That
And you
would-
never know. Maybe Mac and Cheese someday could show up and
Yeah.
perform.
You just have to look at the Predator schedule to see when Ryan O'Reilly is in town. One texter says Wet and Wild closed down, but the best was
Oh.
going with the
Oh,
youth soccer
what a shame.
league and staying after hours. Having the park more or less empty led to lots of good times.
Oh, I can imagine. The Stuka, by the way, is a dive bomber. They would be a dive bomber is what it translates to.
The-
German.
The
Which is that's how you go down. You are going straight down.
anything that involves a 90-degree drop, I'm out. Whether it's a roller coaster, a slide, if it's going straight down,
You're out.
I'm out. Not interested.
I mean, I've had my days of those types of roller coasters. I don't get on those no more. But back in the day, you couldn't keep me off of those things.
That's
No.
me right now. You can't keep me
Oh,
away.
man, they were so great, so exhilarating. You
We're
know,
we're
and then
bearing
you
the
get-
headline though.
Are you
Wet
a
and Wild
front
is gone?
guy or a middle guy, Connor?
For what?
Front row or middle?
Yeah,
Oh, for roller coasters?
yeah.
As close to the front as I can get, but I'm
Okay.
okay with the middle. Don't
Okay.
put me in the back. I don't like the back.
Oh yeah, I don't like the back either.
A Wet and Wild Orlando, the iconic flagship water park on International Drive, permanently closed on December 31st, 2016.
Wow.
Oh
really?
man.
The site was demolished in 2017 and is currently occupied by the Universal Endless Summer Resort.
This is tragic.
Well, we can go there now.
I have noticed though, the water parks are kind of going by way of the dinosaur, aren't they?
There is a water park in my hometown of Virginia Beach, Virginia, Ocean Breeze Fun Park, that's still going strong. I drove by it the last time I was home. I was shocked. I mean, that thing's been open for decades.
Oh wow.
But it's still there. 615-737-1025. I'm trying to remember the name of the mascot. It's a gorilla because when you enter the park, there's just this huge gorilla wearing sunglasses and the Hawaiian shirt. God, I want to see if I can remember his name. 615-737-1025. We'll wrap up the show coming up next. Willie Donick, Derek Mason, Adam Vingan, 1025 The Game.
In case you missed Chase and Big Joe.
I got to get a root canal, sorry. And you come down to Bridgestone Arena and have a couple beers on Chase McCabe's tab. No, I'm just kidding. No, probably Joe Dubin's tab, to be fair.
That's exactly what you should do. Put it on Joe Dubin's tab.
Chase and Big Joe. Weekdays at noon. Your sports live here on 1025 The Game.
All right, let's talk Loan Pronto here. If you have a 2, 3, or 4% mortgage rate, that's a really good thing, and you do not want to refinance off of that. But if you're sitting around going, but I need some cash for a home improvement project, or I need some cash for an upcoming tuition payment, or maybe it's a credit card bill or a car loan you want to pay off, you can still get cash out of your home through Loan Pronto and the zero-cost equity loan. Don't touch that first mortgage, but Loan Pronto can get you the cash you need without touching your first mortgage and without any fees, no closing costs. You might even be able to skip your next 2 house payments. That is great for the short-term and long-term budget. So find out from Loan Pronto the options you have. Leave your low-rate mortgage intact. Get the cash you need in as little as 2 weeks without paying closing costs. 615-499-5780 or go to loanpronto.com. That's 615-499-5780 or go to loanpronto.com. For qualified homeowners, equal housing lender, NMLS 166-1781, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Hi, I'm Dan Watkins, owner of All Four Seasons Garage Doors. Your garage door is the biggest moving part of your home and the most overlooked until it breaks. Then suddenly, it's the most important thing. Whether it's stuck closed, making awful grinding noises, or it's a real eyesore, we offer same-day service, emergency repairs, and full garage door and opener replacements. With honest pricing, no gimmicks, and experienced technicians who know exactly what they're doing. From worn-out springs, noisy rollers, to a beautiful custom install. We've seen it all and fixed it all for 26 years. Want a quieter, more reliable garage door or opener? We've got you covered. Need to boost your home's curb appeal? Choose from hundreds of stylish, durable, energy-efficient garage doors. Doors that fit your budget and enhance the beauty of your home. Find out why thousands of Middle Tennessee homeowners have chosen All Four Seasons, a family-owned business you can trust. Call us today to get started.
Honey, did you invite the minions over?
Well, you know how we talked about getting Wi-Fi from Xfinity?
Yeah.
I ordered it this morning, was online in minutes, then they showed up.
So they just came over to use the Wi-Fi?
They even brought their own devices and spell book.
You didn't give them the new Wi-Fi password, right?
No.
That's good.
I gave them our old one because Xfinity lets us keep the same network name and password so devices connect instantly.
What do they want Wi-Fi for anyways?
Better not to know. Plausible deniability.
Get streaming or scheming instantly with same-day Wi-Fi from Xfinity. Plus, lock in one price for the most reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi for 5 years. Guaranteed. And see Minions and Monsters only in theaters. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Use of fiber coaxial cable. Learn more at xfinity.com/same-day Wi-Fi.
Evan Canty and Michelle are unsportsmanlike.
Jalen Hurts is the most disrespected quarterback of any quarterback in the NFL. It's ridiculous. Sirianni and Hurts, what's going on? Hurts' teammates don't like him as much as they like AJ Brown. I'm walking in the supermarket yesterday. You know what? I looked up to my left, and what did I see? A big Wheaties box with Jalen Hurts on the cover. And I sat there with a smile and a smirk on my face because this guy is going to get everybody this year.
Unsportsmanlike. Weekday morning starting at 6 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on ESPN2. The Rich Eisen Show.
The World Cup's off the hook. I can't get enough of it. And I get pissed off when it's only one game, or say today, no games at all. And there's
no games today is rough.
There's 3 games left. There's a semifinal on Tuesday, a semifinal on Wednesday, and then a final on Sunday.
Well, don't forget the third place game on Saturday.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. I'm not doing that one.
The Rich Eisen Show from noon to 3 Eastern on ESPN Radio, ESPN Plus, and on Disney Plus.
Subscribe to our YouTube page at 1025 The Game. Watch exclusive content and stream our shows live. DMase, Binkin, and Donnet DVD. Your sports live here on 1025 The Game and the Game Nashville Sports Network.
DMase, Binkin, and Donnet 1025 The Game. Some good news. We're getting a new computer in there. So tomorrow we'll have our music selection back. I've had to wait multiple days because it was my turn yesterday. But I will have my turn tomorrow. Willy, Connor, and I will have your show from 3 to 6 tomorrow as Derek heads off on a well-deserved vacation. Also,
I'm trying to rage bait Derek with this current musical selection.
No, you're not doing it.
Derek is zen.
You're not doing
Derek is zen at the moment.
Get you, Connor.
I want to give a shout out to fellow Virginia Beach native Evan, who reminded me of the name of the 40-foot tall beach gorilla dude at Ocean Breeze Fun Park, Hugh Mungus. His first name is Hugh. His last name is Mungus. And he's still there. Hugh Mungus.
I was about to say, what is his middle name?
He's hard to move. I mean, Hugh's hard to move.
Oh man.
I mean, that would be a good stage name for a certain profession. But humongous.
There you go.
40-foot tall beach gorilla dude. He's got the sunglasses, the Hawaiian shirt, the board shorts.
Why does he have a Hawaiian shirt in Virginia?
I don't know, because he's a surfer guy, you know?
I get it.
He's got the vibe.
I feel him. He got the sunglasses.
I mean, he's still wearing the same clothes he was wearing when I was a kid.
He's funky.
He is funky. Not to be confused with Funky Kong, but he is funky. Willie has been spending the break lamenting the loss of Wet and Wild.
I know. I can't believe
You're
this.
really in. It's like, man, it's gone.
So many cherished childhood memories. Willie came of age at Wet and Wild Orlando.
I had some great adventures.
They didn't let you get a piece of Wet and Wild before it.
They didn't even let me know. They could have sent me a letter or something.
Exactly.
Say, hey, we know you used to go all the time. Just
You
to
know
let
you are
know.
a frequent customer.
I could have come to the grand closing or something. You know,
Grand
ride
opening,
the
grand
ride the
closing.
Stuka one more time.
Man,
One texter says, "What's a better water park, Sound Waves or Nashville Shores?" Now, I've never been to Nashville Shores.
I've never been either.
I have been to Sound Waves. Sound Waves is very nice, but here's the one issue with Sound Waves. You can't just walk up and go. If you want to go to Sound Waves, you have to be staying at the Opryland Resort. The good news is, if you are a Davidson County resident or if you're a Tennessee resident, there are discounts when you show your ID, which is what we're doing in a couple of weeks as Davidson County residents. You get a pretty significant discount on a room at the Opryland Resort with your valid ID. So that's a tip for you. There is one water park. I drive by it on my way home all the time. It's near Opryland. It's off of Briley Parkway. I don't know the name of it, but they've got a really, really tall and really, really old looking water slide.
Yeah.
And every time I drive by it, which I will do on my way home, I'm like, there's no way I will ever go on that thing. I think
what is that called? It's because I know it's right on the right hand side if you're going toward Opry Mills.
Yeah, I don't know the name of,
and it's been there forever. It seems like.
Yeah, I don't know the name of that water park.
Because that's what I thought you were talking about at first, but then you
is it Wave Country?
I don't know.
The one where you're driving along Briley?
Yes.
Yeah. That used to be called, I think, Wave Country.
Yes,
That's been
I think it's Wave.
defunct for a while.
I think it's Wave Country, or what
What do you
used to be
mean
Wave
defunct?
Country.
Yeah.
We want defunct. Gotta have defunct.
Nobody goes there no more.
Well, I think it's been shut down for a long time.
But that water
Probably longer
slide
than
is
Wet and
still
Wild.
there.
Is
But
it
that
shut
water
down?
slide is still there.
Oh, it's still standing. Yeah, but it's
I
ghost.
thought it was still open.
It's ghost town.
Is it?
I think so. I haven't seen anybody on there.
But every time I drive by it, which again I will do in about like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Every time I drive by it, multiple people say the wave pool. Is that what it's called now? I don't know.
I don't think it's open. Is it open? Somebody help me out. I think it's been
Ricky
ghost town
says
for a long time.
Multiple people are saying Wave Country. Well, if you've ever been to Wave Country, you know the really tall water slide. You will have to catch me dead on that thing. Because I will probably die going down it, to be honest with you.
But they're talking about the same one that we were mentioning off of Briley, and you think it's closed. I thought it was still
closed.
open.
I think it's closed. I haven't seen anybody on that
Carter,
thing in
you
years.
can't tell us.
Don't look at me. I'm with
He's
Adam.
got
You
it.
wouldn't
This
catch me.
should be.
Now someone's saying that's Nashville Shores. I don't think that's Nashville Shores.
No, Nashville Shores is on the lake. That's out at Percy Priest.
Okay.
Briley Parkway. That's
What?
That's a whole. That's
Multiple
Wave Country.
people are saying it's open. Incorrect.
It's
Wave
open?
Country is open. It's
That's what I
open.
was saying. I
It's
thought it
open
was
on the
open.
weekend. It's still open.
Oh, it's only on the weekends.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Yes. Okay. That's what B-Man says. It's
All right.
open on the weekend.
I trust B, man. It
It's
makes
not a-
sense because I'm almost always going either at night at Briley or during the weekday. I'm seldom.
It's not open
Go on
in
the
the
weekend.
summer during a weekday. You kind of figured it would be.
I would think in the summer when the kids
Yeah.
out of school.
Thought it
No?
would be open.
Okay.
Thursday, Friday,
Hey,
and Saturday.
as long as it's
Multiple people
operating.
are saying it's definitely open. Now, anybody listening, all of you who say it's definitely open, have you gone down that huge ass water slide? 'Cause I'm not.
That's a no.
I'm not. No, it just looks old and a little rickety, and I'm like, it's barely hanging on, and I'm going to be the one that's like, all right, one more person can go down this before it just tumbles to the ground, and I'm going to be that
It
guy.
is kind of sad at the amusement park when you get to the age where you're like, are the bolts tightened?
Yeah, you
Like,
start thinking
could
about
there
all
be a
those
little
things.
bit of problem? Like you have this
It takes the
worst
fun
case,
away.
You get suspended upside down. Hey, the ride's not working. Sorry, and you're in the middle of a flip. Like when you're old enough to think that that's going to happen, it's probably time to stop. Because when you're a kid, you're like, I don't care. I'm going.
Watching Final Destination didn't help either.
Okay, Adam just said he would never, and he would never.
One
go on
texter said,
anything
play
going-
Two Rivers today. It went right by it, definitely open. Then said,
Oh, wow.
hell no, in terms of going down the
So
large
we
water
know
slide.
Adam will not go down something like that is just vertically straight down.
Like the structural integrity of this water slide, I am questioning.
But you won't do it on roller coasters or anything.
I'm not a roller coaster
Okay,
guy.
what is it that you will not do? See, I will not bungee jump. I will not bungee jump.
But famously, you've been skydiving.
I've been skydiving once, and that's it. My son just asked me 2 days ago, Dad, let's go skydiving again. I said, no, I did it. I done it. It's done.
Yeah.
No more.
There will not be a sequel.
No sequels.
I'm with you on that. You know what? I don't like the spin rides, like the teacups. I'm done with those.
Yeah.
And especially the one that starts like a merry-go-round and then goes vertical.
Yes.
Where you're going upside down and then you go back down. I am toast for the day on that. I can't go. I can't make it.
I think my guts would have came out of my
Oh
mouth
man,
on something
we
like that.
went. Being from Orlando, we had a lot of amusement parks within 30 minutes of where we lived. So we had a place, boardwalk and baseball. We had the Kansas City Royals had their spring training there. They had a lot of baseball. We played tournaments there, but we could have access to the park. They had some great rides. But we went one time it was around during winter break. Cheerleaders were going. These two cheerleaders that were older, I really liked them. They're like, "Really? Come on, we're going on the ride." And I knew that my body was not going to take the G-force of that thing, but I had to go with the girl.
Hey, you couldn't be showed
I
up.
could
man.
not
No.
go. I was like, they're asking me to go. I got, and it was a mistake. 'Cause that was like the first ride we went on. The rest of it, I was like, oh.
You were done for the rest of the day.
Turning green the rest of the night. Like it was bad.
All right. We should end Ask DMase on this. One texter says, should I make my daughter a Luke Evangelista poster from his cologne ad for Christmas? Or is
Have you
that
seen
too
this?
far? I asked how old his daughter is. He said 14.
Okay.
Yeah.
Prime age.
This was part of the Predators schedule release video.
Yes. They had a little bit of a theme of it. They put a lot of effort into it. It was pretty good. As if you're flipping channels and you have the different types of shows like the home improvement show and the cooking kind of show. It was pretty good. And then interspersed is the Luke Evangelista, I guess it's called Vange, the cologne.
Now, is it with him with a t-shirt on or no?
He's
shirt?
wearing a suit. I
Yeah,
think.
he's kind of going
Okay,
high
yeah.
class.
Yeah, you can
know.
give it to you. Yeah, yeah. I mean, there's nothing wrong with
Right.
that.
It's all in jest. You know,
Exactly.
he's playing up the like over the top, like it would be an SNL skit type.
I mean,
And he's a handsome guy. So,
14
I mean, come
years
on, put him
old
on
is the prime demographic for Luke Evangelista fans.
Oh yeah, that demographic will be very sad.
14-year-old girls.
if they're not re-upping Luke Evangelista
Exactly.
yes,
for the foreseeable.
I think
But
it's
isn't he
okay.
like a favorite with not just the girls, but young guys, kids too?
I mean, I think he is a fan favorite,
Yeah.
but he is definitely a fan favorite with
The ladies.
The ladies.
younger women.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just say the ladies.
Yes.
Young girls, the ladies.
I mean, one texter says 3 words: Class Action Park on Netflix. Super awesome doc about the most dangerous water park that ever existed.
Ooh.
Class Action
Okay.
Park. Okay,
Ooh, I
maybe
need to
I'll
watch that.
Maybe I'll watch it.
Okay.
All right, Derek Mason.
Yes.
Have a wonderful vacation.
That I will do.
You will be back July 27th.
Yes, I will be thinking about y'all as I'm gone.
Yes. So Derek will be out tomorrow and all of next week. Willie and I will have you tomorrow. Then Willie will be on vacation next week as well. Connor Newton and I will be hosting the program next week. We've got some fun things planned. We'll tell you about that tomorrow. Oh,
Look what I got
It's
back.
the
back.
computer is back. That'll do it for us today. Outstanding participation throughout the program. You know what I say? I say this lovingly. Screw Derek Mason. Get yourself some Publix sushi or Kroger sushi if you damn well please. Okay? You have my permission. Don't listen to Derek. He is mostly a man of the people, but not when it comes to this. But we hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Willie and I will be with you tomorrow from 3 to 6. Derek, have a wonderful vacation. Send us out.
Thank you. I love you. The team loves you. You hear that music. Don't forget about us because we will not forget about you. The team, minus DMase, but I will be here in spirit. We'll be back on these airwaves starting at 3 p.m. tomorrow. And remember, we going to be talking and
you will be listening.
I'm not going to yuck your yum, so stay with the store, gas station brand, or Publix brand sushi. Peace.
Looking for your favorite sports?
How about sports? You follow sports?
We probably have it. Just log on to the information superhighway. Oh, they don't call it that anymore?
To start, press any key. Where's the any key?
Head to theGameNashville.com.
The password. We're in.
You'll find what time your game starts and what station it's on.
Oh, they have the internet on computers now.
That's what's up. Your sports live here.
What an age we live in.
On the Game Nashville Sports Network.
ElectronicExpress.com. We've got that.
Welcome to Huntington Bank. We're new here, but we've been around since 1866.
Wow, that's a long time.
Long enough to know that insightful bankers, great products, and customer service make a big difference. Let's get more from money. Switch to Huntington Bank. Welcome. Eligibility requirements apply. Some features may require enrollment.
Willie Donick here for Pella Windows and Doors of Nashville. My friends at Pella Windows and Doors of Nashville have amazing special deals right now, and they're just in time to replace those old drafty windows. I endorse Pella because they are the highest quality windows and doors, the most trusted brand, and they improve the value of your home over all the others. So go with the experts at Pella Windows and Doors of Nashville. Visit PellaNashville.com for